Yes.
And we're in. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Baldur's Gate Framed. Woo! Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining.
You're right. That was quality.
Thank you for joining us for an evening of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm Chris. I will be your Dungeon Master tonight. And we're thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/D&D and twitch.tv/AdventurersWanted. For those who are new to Dungeons & Dragons or may have stumbled onto this channel by accident, everyone... What? They might have done.
True.
It's Twitch. You could just go, oh, what's this? And suddenly you're watching something entirely new and exciting. I recommend it, by the way.
It's a very good idea.
Anyway, if you happen to have stumbled across the official D&D channel, everyone here plays fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. They have character sheets on various mobile devices today, and on those mobile devices are basically a lot of numbers that they add to a 20-sided dice roll, which is one of these. There we go. And as they roll the dice, those dice will tell them how good they are at what they're trying to do, with a 20 being marvellous, amazing, fantastic, and a 1 being hilariously bad. Otherwise, apart from their characters, I play literally everything else they encounter. Other people that they know, street corners, a flagstone that's mentioned briefly at one point.
Trip somebody up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's me. And weather patterns also. I play all the weather. And between me describing the world and everyone describing what they want to do in it, we tell a lovely fantasy story.
We hope.
Lovely.
We hope and pray.
Well, we'll try. Good. So, you're joining us for the second session of Baldur's Gate Framed. So we have met all of the characters. So we'll go through that in a second. They're going to introduce themselves. Starting all the way on my right. Eduardo,
yes.
Could you please give your character's name and pronouns, and your name and your pronouns, and a little bit about what happened to your character in the first session, please?
Hello, my name is Ed. I use he, him pronouns. My character is Viorica Yordash.
Bless you.
Who also uses he, him pronouns and sneezes, apparently. What happened to him doing that? Well, he was immensely successful in bringing about this plan, which had been given to him, because he wanted more responsibility. Whether or not that was a good idea, we shall see now.
You've made a very, very respectable gang posse. It's true.
Gang posse.
Yes, everyone wants to be in the gang posse.
It's a good point to say, if you didn't see the first episode, you can watch it back on our YouTube channel, which is also Adventurers Wanted, where some of those jokes might make sense.
Yes.
Great.
It helps, I think.
Hi, I'm Anna Brookie. I use she, her. Whoa.
So many.
She,
Rewind.
I'm Anna Brookie and I use she, her pronouns, as does my character Lilith Royer. It's safe to say that she has been roped into the gang posse by mainly this one and another one of the NPCs within the world as well.
Yes, this is true. Anything else you want to add? I've been roped in by various people.
That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Anna. I'm Chris. I'm the DM, and I use he and they pronouns.
My name's Shamini. I use she, her pronouns. I'm playing Shakti, who also uses she, her pronouns, who I described very badly last session. But she's just an ordinary... Well, we had to do these descriptions, and then it went really badly, but she's just like...
How's it going right now?
I forgot to say that she was human. That didn't get what she is. She's very ordinary. I don't have anything else to say. She works in an art shop.
Yeah.
Which is lovely.
We got that from last time, I think.
And then, this is the summary. And then there's this plan that involves a heist and...
Nothing, sorry.
Summarising the plot.
Totally fine.
I was just trying to...
There's no heist. Oh, you're being a character. Yeah. I get it. This is going badly. Steve, help me. Help me. It went badly. I can help. I can rescue it.
People are here to watch some D&D, people.
Sorry,
Come on.
Sorry.
My name's Steve. I use he, him pronouns, as does my character Abernathy. Last week, Abernathy had a nice cup of tea, a subpar cup of tea, and a really good pie.
That is true. Entirely.
That's really great for all... Never mind.
I think everyone's caught up now.
Hello, my name is Jaya Baldwin. I use he, him pronouns, as does my character. Cohen Teigveld, who also uses he/him pronouns. I just said that. Anyway, he was working as a... No, he wasn't. He was behind some curtains in a lovely seedy underbar before being collected by the silly team who...
We're definitely the silly
team.
Gang posse.
Yeah, exactly, gang posse. And he's in this art heist because although the money is supposed to go to charity, he reckons rather a lot of it can go to him, which he's quite keen on.
So you're the traditional adventurer in this party of yahoos?
I'm the only one with weapons.
No. Yeah, that is a...
I have a club.
I have a stiletto.
I don't carry the club around with me, but I still own...
You do magic, it's different.
I'd be magic.
Lovely.
Right. Before we kick off, this stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be a roughly 5 to 10 minute break somewhere near the middle. We're delighted to be sponsored by D&D Beyond, the official digital toolset for Dungeons and Dragons. Everyone is using their digital character sheets at the moment, and there's an interactive Twitch overlay next to Ed and Sharmany's heads. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's here. Can you see my hand? There we go.
No,
Actually, no,
it's not. It's that way.
Here.
It's that way.
No, you were right the first time.
Yeah.
No, as in if I reach my hand here, it's next to Sharmany's head.
You have to point backwards.
I hope that works.
Yeah.
No idea.
We've made it really difficult with the thing.
Anyway, D&D Beyond have a compendium of rules and all of the books that D&D publish, including the new Explorer's Guide to Wildmount, which is the Critical Role book, which is going to be published in a couple of months, so you can pre-order that now if you want to. Lovely, lovely people. Wonderful digital tools that make a lot of the complex character stuff a lot easier, so check them out at dndbeyond.com. And we're also delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro, who like to get your tabletop organized with dice bags, character wallets. They actually do also give away dice, as Tommy is showing here, which is a set of dice we're not giving away in this stream, Sharmany. Thank you.
Well, I've got, it says Ultra Pro on it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
It's still going well.
Thanks.
in this stream, Ultra Pro have given us some lovely dice bags to give away.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's more relevant.
This-
I should have gone with that, yeah.
This is, would you believe it, a dice bag.
Is it?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow!
I don't remember it.
It's a beholder that beholds things.
Has it got 2 mouths?
Sorry.
It poops dice.
It does have a lovely dice bag zip in the rear. So yes, this is a delightful, quirky addition to your D&D collection. You can win one in a competition on our Twitch chat. Yes, it's in the Twitch chat right now. There are rules there on what to do. Do it.
Do them.
Yeah.
Please do it. Yeah.
Do it now.
I think it's just be active in the chat. I think it is literally just chat some, and then you might be in with a chance to win. That's right, that's what chance. Yeah.
Have we named that one? Can we name it?
It's called Xanathar. It's based on the Xanathar, which is a special character.
I'm going to
from
call it
D&D.
Bernie.
Cedric.
Bernie Cedric.
Not quite as socialist as the other one.
Anyway, give me that back. So, yes, you can win one of these and do join us on the Twitch chat to do so. And those are by Ultra Pro who are sponsoring us as well. That is 2 low-down people to see. Thank you, Anne. Lovely. Finally, we play with a diverse group of players. We play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans-positive, and we encourage and champion trans players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we do acknowledge that it sometimes happens. So if you do notice some misgendering happening in the stream, do pop it onto the Twitch chat or just let us know, and we are very open to being corrected. Right, without further ado, is everybody ready?
Yes.
Good. So, last time in Baldur's Gate Friend, Viorica.
Yes.
I'm doing the intro. Ed.
I'm sorry.
Viorica is a member of House Ravenshade, by association, a ward of House Ravenshade. The Ravenshades being a rich patriarch family, like nobility. The Ravenshade family are now only being led by one woman, Sarala, and Sarala, who did not take Viorica in as a ward, that was her now dead partner, has asked Viorica to organise a heist. Specifically, to heist her own paintings, the collection of her erstwhile wife. The idea being that these paintings can be used to be sold back to her homeland of Isukan, which is a very long way away. And that those paintings, the money for which will go back into helping the poor and needy around Baldur's Gate, to be orchestrated by Lakshmana, who is also Isukan, and runs an area called the Isukan Market down in Rivington. These are things that we have added in, so if you want to know more about those, you have to check in on the game. They're not in the book.
Yes.
Yeah. So Viorica organised his team, his gang posse, as he so aptly named them. And his gang posse includes Lilith, who works for Sarala as a kind of... What's the best way of putting it? Like, you look after her dreams, you make sure she has a good night's sleep.
Yeah, I make sure that she has a very good night's sleep instead of having nightmares. It's more like guided dreaming.
Yes. And Lilith has special abilities based around that, as something about your background means you're not quite human, but you don't know what you are.
Yeah.
Kalashtar, but they don't exist in this world, so we're finding a way of building them in. It'll be fun. At the same time, Viorica also organised a couple of other reprobates to join in. Cohen being the obvious reprobate. I'm not sure what Cohen's job is really, but
appearing in other people's dreams.
Yeah, that did happen. Misk.
Misk stuff for rich people.
Misk stuff for rich people. They found you in a brothel. Yeah.
Brothel is a word.
Okay. Cohen being probably the most adept at dealing with fighting if it occurs, which might come up as part of this heist, so was brought in for swashbuckling skills, potentially. There we go. Good. And also someone to help take the art off the walls, take the best pieces, sell them for the best prices. Abernathy. Abernathy runs an art shop and is also a, what's it called? Someone who fixes up paintings. Restorer. You're a restorer. And you also paint very small portraits of people in the... dials of pocket watches, which your gnome inventor wife makes. You gave me a gnome inventor wife.
She gone down.
Yeah.
She's going to be fine. She's going to be fine. It's a joke.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, exactly. And when Abernathy goes, his assistant tends to follow. Ashakti, also Isukan. Ashakti... Ashakti was brought along with Abernathy to this planning of the heist, and it almost seems like Ashakti's presence there might have been pre-planned, even though surely Sarala couldn't possibly have known that Abernathy's new assistant was part of her culture. I mean, how would one know? Yeah. So, at the end of the last episode, you were told you had a week until the heist, a week of in-game time.
Yes.
What would everyone like to do for their week of in-game time before the heist? Anyone feel free to jump in if you have anything burning you'd like to start with. Otherwise, I will pick one of you.
Given that I will be... given that I will be conducting a performance at the thing, I will be practicing furiously.
Indeed. How does V practice?
It goes to one of the top towers of Ravenshade and scares the birds away.
House Ravenshade being in the upper city and a noble mansion, one of the biggest and finest, but also it's in not the greatest state of repair. The family's fortunes have somewhat dwindled since the death of Gilvaya, your adoptive parent for Ward is tricky, but it's the person who brought you into the family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My mother figure.
Yes. So you go. Do you have an area where you always practice in the upper rafters?
Yes, because there is. When I say he scares birds, he goes up to the highest tower, obviously, because then he can see down over everything, and that makes him feel quite nice. And he likes the idea of. He's very long and thin, and he quite likes the idea of being this sort of enormous human spider, elven spider, going amongst the rafters and things like that. And also when he hits his top C, which...
High C.
Yes. Why is that so funny?
Carry on.
Someone sings and someone doesn't, Ed.
Sorry, the high C, then he can... he likes to think he can shatter glass. I'm not sure if that's even possible, but it means that the birds all get very overexcited.
Are there any sort of like shards of glass in the windows that V tries this on? Have you tried to do it before?
Yeah, it hasn't worked yet, but he's very sure that it will, and he's very sure he's capable.
Roll me a performance check.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay. That's a 2.
Plus?
Well, obviously, I mean, it's going to be like 12, I think, but...
Jeez,
what?
Plus 10?
Yeah, he's a bard.
Yeah, 11.
11.
He can perform.
Yeah.
As the actress said. Anyway.
The note is slightly flat. It's not as well as you've done it before, but... There's no one with you. It's one of the birds.
You're so good to me.
You don't shatter the glass. And you almost feel like you're not quite ready yet.
No, it needs to happen again. I'm going to go off and.
Behind you, you hear it.
Oh no.
Yeah, now, this Bjork's background as something of an operatic performer means that he does literally turn around and
Tip to the camera.
sorry.
Tharaval, your half-sibling, is perched on one of the many exposed beams in this attic space, lazily, one leg swinging off the raft of the other pressed up, and they're just sat there watching you.
Hello?
My, someone's a bit out of practice,
I
aren't
know.
they?
It will be attended to.
Good.
What do you want?
I want to know what you're practicing for.
You'll just have to come and see it.
Well, I'd like to. Tell me what time to be where.
No. It's private invitation only, and you'll have to work to get an invitation from me, won't you?
So it's not in the house?
Might be.
Because the servants are preparing for an event next week sometime, and, well, is it the same event?
No.
Well, deception check.
The simplest deception check.
Ooh.
Hang on, where's the deception?
Go.
Yes. 23. Damn it.
23? I mean, I rolled a nat 20 on
I
this.
know.
Because my lucky
I thought I was good.
It was a no. It was very good.
No.
They sort of unfurl a little bit. They have this quite cat-like grace and sort of roll off and land quite close to you. And they are quite physically threatening, but not through strength, just through sheer languidity.
Yes. I know exactly the thing.
What are you hiding?
Everything.
Who were those odd people in the house the other day?
My lovers?
You don't have any lovers.
I know. It's what I want them to be. That hopefully in the future. You already know everything. Why do you keep asking me things?
You think I know everything, do you?
No. Difficult to tell sometimes.
Exactly how I like it.
I know I like it. I've had to listen to it before.
I look forward to the party,
Good.
brother.
Very glad you'll be there, and I'm very glad to call you my brother.
I prefer sibling, if it's all right with you.
Sorry. My apologies.
Not a problem. Right. I am going to find out what you're up to.
Please
This
do.
close.
I know. I'm as open as a book. I can't keep anything from you, can I? The webs are everywhere.
What's happening with the paintings? What's happening with the paintings?
Paintings? What paintings? Deception check. Okay. Is that a cock?
No, that's a dice.
Can confirm not cock.
Harder you than me.
Considering where the camera is, you never know.
No, you're fine. No, I would.
24.
12.
Okay. What did I just say? I'm out.
What's happening with
What paintings?
What paintings? No, seriously, what paintings?
Come on.
All right. Where are we going?
I'm going to go now, and I'm going to find out what's happening here. I have all my plans in place. I just want to know the final piece.
What's that?
You see, I know that you've got something up your sleeve, and this event isn't entirely what you think it is or what anyone else thinks it is, but something is happening with the paintings. I'm going to find out what.
Please do. Tell me.
Got my eye on you.
I hope so.
They stalk out of the attic space.
What?
They stalk out of the attic
Oh, I see. That was his final farewell. I try and go back to the scene. All I can think about is that.
Roll me a performance check. Do you want to give yourself disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Yeah, no,
Okay, give yourself disadvantage. That's fine.
Ooh, unlikely. Yeah, 15.
It is clearer now, the note.
That doesn't. I mean, it does sort of please me, but I'm just in a well of like self-pity and sibling issues. Sibling issues.
All right. Where do you go on your week off?
I think Cohen probably goes and pays a visit to a friend or two.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
He will probably go into Bloomridge. Wonderful little part of town that it is.
Well, Bloomridge, of course, being the part of town where you grew up.
Quite. Above that little tea shop. And he's going to go and, visit a friend by the name of Aradine.
Hate you. Hate everyone. Hate Aradine.
Where would you normally find Aradine?
Where?
Yeah, seriously.
If he's not walking around the streets being all fancy.
They again.
Sorry.
It's quite all right.
About twice, yes.
Not a problem.
They would be, if I wouldn't find them walking around the streets, being a dandy, then I might find them
harassing people
at their habitation where they used to live, where I maybe, yes.
You look for them at home?
Why not? I'll go to their home first.
If you were going for their home, you know the best time to find them there would be the dead of night. Do you go to their home in the dead of night?
Yes.
Bloomridge, of course, is where Abernathy's art shop is and where Ashukti gets mugged basically every day by Aradine.
Not in the dead of night.
The dead of night, Bloomridge, is... To some, it would seem slightly eerie. Most of Baldur's Gate is wreathed in fog and mist nearly all the time because of its situation directly next to a river and a very strong hill ridge area keeping things very contained inside the bay. Bloomridge and the steeps next to it rises out from the bay and the town in a semicircle around this very river bay where a lot of trade happens as the river opens out into the sea not far from Baldur's Gate. The steeps and Bloomridge both curve very sharply up the side of this ridge with the upper city sitting above them. The imposing walls very visible from all parts, and this roads in very, very steep inclines all the way down to the docks. Bloomridge is, of course, very colourful, very vibrant, and a space full of cafes, art shops, a bit of a dilettante's pleasure garden, as you would know well since you grew up here.
Yes.
And as you make your way through Bloomridge, Baldur's Gate at night is not... It can be scary. But as you walk through, you fear very little. One of the dandies, the gang crew that look after Bloomridge and keep it safe, do step out from the shadows as you wander from the steeps into Bloomridge. But as they see you, just wink and slide back away again. How do you respond back?
Wink back at him.
You make your way through the streets, past Abernathy's art shop, where you were just recently planning your next escapade.
Quite.
You make your way past the tea shop where you grew up, not bothering to go close, knock, or enter. Not really the time, is it? No.
Not interested.
No. And you'll make your way up a little back alley to a small room above a room above a room above a room. The door is, as always, unlocked. You know the way. And as you step inside the room, Aradine is sat on the edge of a bed, just slowly taking off the dandy makeup, white caked face paint with a beauty spot, and the wig is sat on the bed next to them. As you open the door, they start a little, and a hand reaches to their side for something you can't see, but seeing it's you, just relaxes and turns into quite a sort of debonair side lean. Well, fancy seeing you here.
Yeah, alright. You don't need to give it all of that.
Come home, have we?
Let's not call it home.
Is it not home anymore?
You know full well what it is and it isn't, don't you? Look, how are you doing? Are you well?
I've been better, I've been worse.
Right. Good chat, as always.
What do you want?
I don't really know. Look, I'm here because, well, I'm about to do a job, and
Congratulations.
yes, all right. This job's a little bit bigger than any of the stuff we've really done before.
Is it? Pray tell. They lean forward a little bit, and the moment you mention money, you know what Aradine's like, just the glints in the eye.
Look, I'm not telling you how much, but it's a lot, and I'm worried. I'm just a little bit worried about the people that are involved in it, and that something might go wrong, or that something might happen, you know? And I just feel like I'm the only one who's really got an awful lot of experience in the sort of thing that, you know, lots like us do. So I was just wondering if, you know, you had much experience in any of the routes around the sewers or on the way to, you know, that market at the end of the you know, the one that, what's his name, Lakshmana looks after.
So, you've got yourself a little scheme. You need to know about the sewers, presumably getting you out of the upper city.
Yeah.
And you want to know about the market.
Well, you're, I've been on enough adventures with you to know what you do and don't know.
Right, I think I see what's happening here. How much?
What for you?
It's been a long day. I'm not that tired yet.
All right. I mean, what if I gave you 100?
100 gold for some information about the ways out of the upper city and the way to the market. Roll persuasion check.
A lot of money. That is a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Close.
That's not amazing. But we add a little bit of spice. 13.
13.
Getting 1,000.
Could never say no to you.
It's the charming smile. Sort of feigns a weak effort at his usual acted charming smile.
It's got you rattled, this one.
No.
Roll a deception check.
He's very good at lying. 18.
Nice.
You know me, I'm not scared of anything.
75 and stay the night.
Look, if you want me to stay the night, I charge a lot more than 25.
Cohen's very good.
50. And you know I'm still being generous.
They get off the bed and step towards you. 60.
55.
Stepping very close. Deal.
Ooh. And
Draw a veil?
yeah, draw a veil.
Draw a very delicate veil.
I feel violated.
That was fascinating.
So you now have slightly better knowledge of the sewer area that you will be travelling through.
God, you said sewer area. Sorry.
Wow.
However, the dandies are now aware that something's happening. They don't know when. You didn't give that away, but just so you're aware. Good.
Gotta love improv.
Could have gone one of many ways.
As soon as we get back from that whole looking at some artsy painting things,
Yeah, you don't know.
Sharky's been being very polite and apprenticey. As soon as we get back to the shop. Excuse me, Mr. Whistlepocket.
Yes.
Right. So, you know, I very much like working here.
I'm very glad to hear it.
I like learning about like mixing the paints and everything, and like smiling at the customers and like not swearing and all that. I've been really good at that.
Get used to that.
Well,
Yes.
now I'm
Getting a lot
been
better.
excellent at it, haven't I?
Absolutely.
And, you know, when I got the apprenticeship, what you gave me, I had certain Look, I know you didn't give me the job for my customer service skills, okay? I don't have any customer service skills. Or any skills. I have no skills.
Your tea's not bad.
Do people pay you to do that?
Perception.
No, that's not fair. One cup was good, one was
It
middling.
wasn't bad. He said it wasn't bad.
I don't know, one was made entirely of paint.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it's got a lot of paint in it.
Quite poisonous.
Roll.
Well,
Poisonous.
deception.
Doesn't matter. Oh!
One.
That is a natural one.
Hey, Steve, you can guidance yourself.
Um,
No, you can't do it now. It's too late.
yeah, I
but-
know.
Next time.
I deliberately didn't.
All right.
Oh, you were trying to tell the truth?
Guidance can be used to tell the truth.
No, I know, but, well...
No one is paying for my tea, are they? Let's be honest. I was job hunting for months and no one would give me anything. And then I was like, great, apprentice in an art shop. This is perfect. I got a job off my own back and like a proper job. And I'm being like proper. And well, now I realise that there are certain other skills that maybe you were thinking I had when you gave me the job. Regarding, you know, like where I'm from and that.
Right.
And obviously, I like the job. I want this job. Can I please stay in the job?
Absolutely. I'd like it if you did.
It's just I didn't agree to all that other stuff, you know? And
What other stuff are we talking about now?
there are no customers in here, right?
In the shop?
Yeah.
No,
We only just got back and
it's
it was
early evening.
presumably closed because we weren't there.
No.
The heist that you knew about when you hired me.
I didn't know about the heist when you came aboard.
So you just...
I only heard about it recently myself, and to be honest, I just thought it was a nice opportunity to be able to show you a bit of art and maybe, you know, get out of the shop a little bit.
So you just happened to put an ad out for an apprentice
I
and
couldn't
then
really put
hire...
that out.
Well, someone told me you was hiring.
Well, yes.
So I came for the interview.
Oh, that's what you thought that was.
That bit where I came to see you and I said, hello, Mr. Whistlepocket, I have lots of relevant skills for your business. Please employ me. That bit.
Looking back, that does make more sense.
What was that then?
Well, I just thought you were coming to say hello because you knew I was going to take you on board. I thought it was very forward of you in a very good way to come and kind of prove yourself like that, but I'd already sorted it out, really. I was happy to take you on.
When you say sorted it out, what exactly do you mean sorted it out?
Well, you see, because of my connections down in the market, where I tend to get quite a lot of my ingredients for all the different paints and things down there.
In Rivington?
And, yes, exactly. And over the years, it's just become kind of a custom, really. That's if there's someone down there who needs a bit of extra work, or particularly if it's someone with an artistic bent, then they might decide that, that maybe this is the right fit for them. I'm quite happy to take them on for a few months. If sometimes they go on and have quite good careers in the art trade or become painters themselves. Other times it's, it's just a start, isn't it? A little bit of money when you're just starting out in your own life. And I thought, well, it seems to work quite well, so it's not all the time do I take people from there. There's occasionally I'll take someone from more local, but I just happened to mention it in passing, and, someone just said that they knew someone who might be interested, and I thought, well, lovely.
That is so nice when people help each other out. Isn't that nice?
Well,
when that happens.
I think it makes a community, really. I always think...
So lovely. Who? Do you remember?
Oh, no, who's
mentioned... it's good to have people looking out for you.
Out of character, would it have been Lakshmana?
It would have been Lakshmana or Lakshmana's right-hand woman, Kirti. Kirti?
Kirti.
And, sorry, again for Steve, what pronouns does Lakshmana have?
Lakshmana is he, him, and Kirti is she, her.
Lakshmana, I think. I think it was him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice.
Quite a high recommendation, actually.
Was it? He said I had lots of good skills, did he?
Yes.
That's so
absolutely.
sweet of him.
He didn't mention the tea.
I will get better at the tea. The tea will improve. I will get really good at tea. Tea, paint, smiling, not swearing. Very on all of that.
It's good to know you have a to-do list.
Yep. Well, I shall have to go thank him later.
Oh, do say hello from me. Tell him he's what I mean, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but I think it's working out very well. I think you're perfectly pleasant. I meant that having heard that, I can see that maybe it came across like what's the phrase? Damning with faint praise. I didn't mean it like that. I just think you're a lovely person. I enjoy having you around. And I think you're good at your job. You see, sometimes I wish my own beard would kind of curl around and stuff my mouth shut.
Insight, yeah.
I'm not good at your job part. Natural one.
Wow.
You don't think Abernathy's a huge fan of you.
Oh god, this is crushing.
So that one, I can't help
I
Exactly the right thing. It's just
crushing.
Don't. Thanks. That's fine.
It's probably welcome. It's probably Lakshmana. Lakshmana gets everywhere, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. Good. I'll just. Would you like some tea, Mr. Whistlepocket?
Oh yes, please. Actually, that'd be lovely. Quite a long walk back, wasn't it?
Yes, Mr. Whistlepocket.
The walk you had back from the upper city was, not an inconsiderable distance. Shakti lives about 20 times that distance away. And has to do that trip every day.
Shakti also has longer legs.
True, you are a dwarf.
I make some tea.
Dwarfist.
I make really good tea.
What is it?
It was 18 on the dice.
Oh,
18.
Yeah, no.
What
I wasn't sure if you were just being sarcastic.
Really good
tea.
Tea doesn't have a proficiency, it's just tea, so it's a D20 roll.
Calm down,
18
Wilson.
level tea. 18 level tea. And I'm giving the tea.
Would you like to be proficient? No, you're not proficient in tea making.
I'm really not proficient in tea making.
not yet.
Learning skills in my
There
good
will be a
honest job
feat
that I
that you
have.
can take.
No. When you level up, you can take proficiency in tea.
You should. I think that'd be amazing.
I think that'd be great.
Later that evening.
I make okay tea.
I would deeply appreciate it, a fellow person in the party who could make good tea.
That's a really lovely cup. That's just what I needed.
V would appreciate having someone else to make tea for him. That's what you're saying. Great. Yeah, I'll just make you tea. I'll just make everyone tea. It's fine. Everything's fine. Sorry, what were you saying?
I did not think the craziest person in the party was going to be Sharpie. This is amazing.
At the sort of early evening, do you have you finish your shift? Do you finish for the day when the shop closes?
I presume so. Can I go home now, please?
Are you being a little bit terse with Abernathy now?
I'm perfectly lovely. He thinks I'm perfectly lovely and I'm a lovely person to hang out with, apparently.
Shakti seems a little bit off.
Exactly.
Wow.
Do you do anything about it before she goes home?
Are you okay?
Yeah, you okay?
Oh god.
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for asking.
Good.
Oh, right. Yes, sorry. Tell you what, we go. And I really should give you this back, actually. The swear jar. I mean, I haven't done anything with the money. I mean, maybe you'd just better have it back. I mean, it's not much. I was always going to give it you back, really, but I just thought, well, no.
Thank you, Mr. Whistlepocket.
Quite a lot of copper.
Appreciate that. I will be better at the not swearing thing. See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Night.
That was beautiful.
I walk through the lower city with my head down, not
surely.
looking at anything. I stomp through the lower city, not looking at anyone.
Well, you know that on the journey back, no one's going to pickpocket you in Bloombridge, because they do that in the morning, don't
Good morning.
they?
That's Bloombridge.
It's a long way.
As you
It's a long way.
it is. You pass through the various districts of the lower city,
Yeah.
pass through the Basilisk Gate into the outer city. Where are you going?
Past, so I go round Duskhawk Hill.
Take the
Down.
long southern road all the way around the hill.
Going to go through Salesfoot, which is where I currently have a room,
Yes, you do.
and go all the way home to Rivington.
Past Sow's Foot, you enter into Twin
got
Songs, and from
bridge,
there you
don't
have to
I?
cross the Worm Road.
Worms Crossing.
Worms Crossing, thank you. You have to cross Worms Crossing, which is a very, very large old bridge crossing the Kionthar River a bit further to the east from Baldur's Gate, the city proper. This is the furthest this is the furthest city extends to the east, and the bridge itself is very imposing. There's lots of like stone crenellations on it, and there is also the last tower of the watch, the last sort of place where the city watch has any authority, on a stone spar in the center of the river. And as you cross through the middle there, the entire sort of castlet is basically designed so that you can walk through the center of it, but there are murder holes, there are arrow slits. It is very much, if an army decided to cross the river, they'd be in for a terrible surprise. But
It's all watch control.
it's all watch control, not the flaming fist at this
Yeah,
point.
good, okay.
But the bridge itself is very large and covered in houses and shops, almost built onto the side of the road, all very precarious and quite wobbly. It's very hard to see anything sort of up or down river from this point, though you are quite high up. However, after you cross Worms Crossing and pass down, do you pay the toll?
Yes.
Cool.
How much is the toll? Like 5.
It's 5 coppers.
How much was in the swear jar?
Depends. How much do you think was in the swear jar?
More than that. I have plenty. I'm temporarily rich again. I have a whole extra gold from yesterday. I got extra gold yesterday. Great.
There were 7 coppers in the swear jar. I just rolled for it. Sorry.
Great.
You were minding your manners. You were doing the right thing.
Yeah. I'm very polite.
Yeah. As you cross out of Worms Crossing and the bridge finishes, the last bastion of Baldur's Gate, the final piece of the city, is Rivington. Rivington is the first slum district you basically get to as you cross the this road that then continues further south to Arm and places like that. Rivington is quite seedy, not particularly well looked after and run, but it does have something that other bits of the city do not have: river access. And there are quite a lot of smaller boats that dock here that don't want to dock in the main city dock for purposes of not paying taxes, or if they've got things they want to trade that are slightly illicit or illegal. This area is relatively dangerous, and you're aware of that. However, it is also very colourful, very bright, very energetic. Especially at night time, there is a certain vibrant energy around Rivington, especially around the market, the Issakan market, where people from your culture tend to congregate at various points. It's a little taste of home, but they tend not to live in the market area in Rivington because pit dodge. Like, it's where some of your people, when they first came here, first landed effectively and created a market and created a place for themselves. But since then, it has become more of a social community hotspot. What are you doing?
Do I know where Kirthia Lakshmana would be? Is there like a bar or anything, or a?
The market is quite wide, quite open. There are lots and lots of central stalls that will be starting to close up now.
Yeah.
The ones that remain open now will be serving drinks and food. The market tends to be sort of an open space where quite a lot of people will move through and buy finger food or chill out together. There's lots of seating areas and that sort of thing. It is a very sort of social area, like a bar.
I'm trying not to be noticed by anyone who will recognise me and want to start a conversation.
Roll a stealth check.
Stealth check the market.
Yeah, it's to be unobtrusive.
Busy. It's 16.
You can slide through without being noticed if you want to. Lakshmana will probably not be out in the open, but you know which office door to go and knock on. Kirti, you don't really know where Kirti hangs out, and you're quite happy about that. You'd rather not. She can be a bit imposing.
Go see Lakshman Uncle.
Cool. You go and move through the market. You try and... Do you have a hood or something similar?
Yeah, probably a cloak and a...
Cloak, so you sort of pull the cloak around yourself and try and... To be honest, you blend in here more than anywhere else. And you do manage to make your way through the market without being seen and head for... It's a small, like, sort of side door. Almost like you wouldn't even notice it was there, between two very large stalls, both of which are full of... Beanbags appropriate? Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
So, sort of two big piles of beanbags, basically. People are sort of hanging out and drinking and talking and chatting and laughing. It is a very warm, friendly atmosphere here. Everyone seems to be having a wonderful time because also within your culture, the idea of spilling blood over food or drink is taboo. It's not something that happens. So very much this is a space of peace, and it is very much maintained that way.
Don't want any awkward questions. I'm just not going to go up, go to the door.
Go to the door. You know what to do.
Yeah.
You knock on the door.
Yeah.
Door opens, and one of the corsairs, the crew that look after the market, is standing there. They wear Issakan fashion, but tend to be slightly more piratical and nautical, based on the fact that the first Issakan people who came here were pirates, and used to be the original crew.
Cool.
Yeah.
I need to see Lakshmana.
Who's calling?
Shakti.
Is he expecting you?
No, but it's important.
Right. Sit down, have a drink. Door closed.
Is there anywhere I can loiter where no one's going to talk to me?
Well, you rolled a 16, so if you want to try and find a nook where no one's going to bother you, you can.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Around you,
Can't afford a drink though, so I'm just going to be sitting there.
Around you, people are having a good time, laughing, chuckling. You feel quite alone.
Look, casual, just make sure no one sees me.
A Shakti.
Yeah.
Hi, Uncle.
Lakshman is standing in front of you with a big smile on his face. There's always a big smile on Lakshman's face, though. Rarely leaves. Little pointed goatee. Not slim, quite broad, but almost like a barrel of a man. What brings you to the market? It's good to see you. Picks you up with the hands like it's all very reverential. Welcome home.
It's just a brief visit. Just wanted to chat a bit of business, if that's at all possible.
Business?
Well,
I thought you were out of the business.
that is in fact what I would like to talk to you about.
Ah, well. And 2 drinks are brought over.
Oh,
There we go. Some tea for the throat.
that's very cool.
Are there people within hearing distance? There are a lot of people around.
Yes.
Like entourage kind of thing. Or...
No, just people having a good time.
Yeah. Okay.
Fine. I don't work for you anymore.
Well, I know. You told me you didn't want to work for me anymore.
Yes.
What were your words exactly?
Oh no.
Lakshmana, you're a crook. I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm joking. And there is sort of a little bit of laughter around. Hush. It's fine. Some people think I'm a crook. It's Baldur's Gate. Nothing flows without a little bit of coin with the right hands. If you don't like it, you can go find your own life, as you said you would do. And I understand you have.
You set up the job in the shop though.
Me? me?
Yes, and I'm not doing what you want me to do, and I'm not just still working for you, but while I'm pretending to be working for someone else. I don't do that anymore, okay?
Shakti, there's a misunderstanding. You said you needed work. You said you didn't want to work for me anymore. And I let it be. Then Radhika told me how you were doing, told me how you were struggling, and I don't want anyone to struggle who I care about. You know that. So I told my friend, Mr. Whistlepocket, that if he needed a new apprentice, he could have one.
Right.
That's all. Nothing else untoward.
And, the deal with the posh lady?
What deal with the posh lady?
I met a very posh, very rich lady who said you was a good friend of hers.
Oh, Shakti, moving up in the world.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty cool, actually. No, that's not the point. The point is that I'm not going to do what you want, and I know what you want me to do, and I'm not going to do it. So,
What do I want you to do?
Nefarious dealings and that. So I don't do that anymore, right? That's what I'm saying. That's what I said.
I think there might be a misunderstanding here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Insight check that.
Of course. I rolled the deception check way long ago.
Just trying to check a pirate, you know.
That is okay.
Where's my insight? Oh, that is synthetic 20.
Synthetic 20.
20.
That's good.
Cool.
Lakshmana is lying. But Lakshmana is not lying in the sense of he's trying to cover up a certain amount of I put all the pieces in the right place and I know what's going to happen. Like, this is someone
Why
who...
is he bothering covering it up when it's like
with a 20...
Does he expect me not...
He doesn't want you to feel like you're beholden to him. He does genuinely want you to have your own life. But in the meantime, that's not how the city works. Yeah. Like, it's very much I tried to do what you wanted to do. Stop calling out what you've got right now. That's
not bad.
Yeah, this could be so much worse. What do you want from me? It's very. He isn't malicious.
Yeah.
This isn't someone who runs a crime syndicate. Far from it. Lakshmana sees himself as a full of bonhomie and just someone who runs a lovely market. Like, he doesn't think of himself as a crook, and frankly, he isn't.
He's a fence, though, right?
He's a fence.
But it's
what you would determine as a legitimate crime.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All those some of the things that I have done while working for him.
The things you've done while working for him, he doesn't necessarily know about.
It's creative accounting.
Yeah. Very grey areas.
Don't forget the areas where things got more difficult for you were assigned by Kirti, not by him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what are you going to do if I just don't help them out and then they're stuck there and they don't even know how to get back here and then what's going to happen?
I mean, it would be a shame.
Yeah.
Sit. Sit down.
We're sitting right now.
We were standing. Now we're sitting.
Okay, right, fine. Drinking tea. It's too hot. Why did I drink it fast?
Ash, you're never going to be forced to do anything you don't want to do. Not from me. Not by me. It's not what I do. This is a good thing for everyone. It is beneficial. And as I understand it, it is also bloodless. Which is how I like things. It is simply some... How did a friend of mine once put it? Creative accounting.
So, not being forced into anything, but there's this one good choice and a lot of other very bad choices.
It is... Ash, it is your decision. If you don't want to be involved, I could probably find maybe your sister. Maybe she could do it. She wouldn't know the upper city in the way that you do now, but she is very handy at this sort of thing. I want what's best for everyone, and that much money going back to our community and to be shared amongst the people of the city who need it, like you.
Mr. Whistlepocket is very nice. He's a very good boss.
He is a very, very kind man.
It's not going to keep happening, though, is it? Like, dodgy things. Like, just this one thing, right? Just this one slightly dodgy thing.
Ash, I'm not going to lie to you. Because I respect you. This is not a city built on people just going about their day. If that's what you want, maybe we can find a way to get you home. Someone's going to have to take the paintings back. Is that what you want?
No, I want to work in an art shop.
In this city?
Yes.
Then sometimes there will be some things that need to happen. Look, there are worse things that happen. So many worse things.
Yeah, alright, I get the check.
Do you want to know about some of the things I know about?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Fine. But I don't work for you. I work for Mr. Wispocket?
No, you don't. Sorry. Yes, you do. Sorry,
First one, second one.
Yeah, answer to one for the later, one for the next.
Fine. Right, well... If anyone asks, I don't work for you.
But, Ash, you don't work for me.
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't work for you. Correct. Good.
That is correct,
I'm
yes.
glad, yes. I'm glad
Yes.
we're clear about this. Thank you for the tea.
I'm trying to keep your life as separate as I can. Because that's what you asked for.
One day, I'm going to be super rich. And I'll be able to do whatever I like.
I hope so. I hope so.
Don't tell Rads I was here. Because I'm not going home. I'll go back. I'll go to bed.
All right. It's a shame. I know she'd like to see you.
Yeah, I'll catch up with her another time.
Okay. Your choice.
Finish my tea when it's a good temperature. It's quite good tea.
Damn it.
Wish I could make tea like this.
DMT.
Yes. Yes.
TNT
No
beyond.
dungeons anymore, just tea. You can play on tea plantations.
Do you
And
head
then
back home?
Yeah, just sort of scurry my way out.
It's 5 copper to enter the city.
Oh, for the love.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, babe.
I just have to eat into my pay. It's fine. Yep, I got it. Change from my pay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll go to bed.
All right. Now we need to take an early break for various reasons.
For various reasons.
So, thank you everyone. We'll be back again in roughly 5 or so minutes. See you in a sec.
Bye.
Bye. And welcome back, everybody. Splendid stuff. So, some of you have had a chance to talk to some of your allies in your week before the party. Looking to plan the party. Right. Abernathy, what do you do in your week before the heist? How do you prepare yourself?
I think he continues his business for a lot of it because he already knows the collection, and maybe he just kind of absent-mindedly while he's kind of looking for inspiration on something else, he'll wander around and kind of start putting a few tools together. But he's probably equally as taken by doing the miniature of the 2 people. I think it was
You're working
dancing. They were dancing in the watch, and
Yes.
he needs to paint them looking very much in love.
Myrtle has made a watch that has a almost like a what's called a music box, a couple that extends dancing out of it, and you want to paint the image from behind it. Talk to me about your daily routine.
I think he probably wakes up first, goes downstairs. No, actually, he probably wakes up second. Myrtle has already got out and she's probably fiddling with something. And so he kind of quietly gets up, goes and gives her a quick kiss, then goes downstairs and and makes a cup of tea for them both. Takes the tea upstairs. Oohs and ahs a bit appropriately.
I think she would pause in her work for breakfast. If breakfast is tea, breakfast is
I think
tea.
breakfast is after tea. I think it's bring you a cup of tea, then go back down. And I think he probably does cook a bit, and he's probably all right. But I think he's particularly good at sauces. I think it looks
tea
and sauces.
and sauces.
I think he works in the kitchen very similarly to how he kind of how he paints and how he kind of it's quite studied and chaotic at the same time. And it's probably like she just chucks a load of stuff in the pan and then spends half an hour just making sure the sauce is perfect. And like it's probably bits that are a bit burnt here and there, but the sauce tastes good. So at the end of the day, it's like it's nice. I don't know what sauce you have on breakfast. Probably kind of just beans. It essentially just like ye olde baked beans. Just really spends time.
Can you roll me a bean check, please? Are you proficient in cook's utensils?
Alchemists. He said, hopefully. No. Am I adding anything to
I
that?
would add your wisdom to this.
The wisdom of the sauce.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes. Cooking's not about knowing exact measurements. Cooking's about knowing the feel.
Yeah. It's a 13 on the dice to a 12.
Oh, bless him.
No, breakfast is adequate. But Myrtle doesn't expect too much, and it's not like it's a problem. It's she's not come down to have a scrumptious meal. She's come down to spend time with you, and is sitting there going, "So, what have you got on today? What's in it for you today?"
Well, actually, I think I have an idea of how to actually pose the couple that came in a week or so ago.
How are you going to do it? Are they going to be in motion as the piece does, or are they going to be a bit more static and clear so the faces are clear? What are you thinking?
Well, I was going to basically imply the motion of the...
Can Myrtle smoke a pipe? It feels very fitting that Myrtle smokes a pipe somehow.
I love
Is that all right with you?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Finest weed in the South Valley.
No, not that kind of tobacco. Yeah, that's very Myrtle. It's very Myrtle somehow.
Good.
Yeah. Right.
I was actually going to keep it quite close up on their faces and kind of concentrate on the emotions in their faces and in their eyes, but suggest the movement with like the night sky in the background and the stars, and maybe there would be a bit of movement in there and maybe some clouds. It's just an implication to match the dancing, but actually just concentrate on what they said they wanted to look very much in love, and well, I think I know what that's like. So.
You are the sweetest man. Don't know what I'd do without you.
You. Come on now, not emotions over breakfast.
I have emotions wherever I damn well please, you silly old man. Kiss on the cheek. Right, more clocks. Does her little Nomi shuffle up the stairs?
There's always time for clocks.
Goes upstairs and starts working away.
It's going to be so sad.
When she dies.
You have made an assumption that I'm going to kill Mo.
I think I'm the only one on the stream that keeps saying she's going to die.
So far the adventure's been really nice. I think we can just...
It just carries on like this. Definitely. Yeah.
So, do you start working on the painting?
He probably tidies up a bit of the breakfast stuff and then kind of has a bit of a look around the shop and make sure everything's all right. Maybe leave, particularly the morning after the conversation with Ashokti.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he did a bit of extra breakfast and left someone a cup of tea on the table for her.
I couldn't afford breakfast that next morning because I paid the toll to go home.
Kismet.
I literally didn't have enough money. No, he does not do that, but on her behalf.
Do you start to warm again to Abernathy over the couple of days?
Oh, it wasn't really. It wasn't really cross with him. He's lovely. I just wasn't really cross with him. It's just a bit stressed. It's fine.
Do you start trying to paint the miniature?
Yes, I think you'd kind of clear everything out. Get a good move his seat over closer to the window Get everything. He's got a particularly special brush made out of squirrel hair.
Oh,
It's the glasses kind of come on, perched on the nose, and just very studiously, quite slowly and carefully, not with a great amount of artistic flair, really, but it is kind of quite methodical and accurate, and it shows more knowledge and appreciation of the form than inspiration, I think.
Roll me a painting check.
what does that come under?
No.
It's charisma plus your painter's tools, which you're proficient in.
Cool. Oh.
Also, you do have guidance. I keep reminding you of this.
I was wondering if this would be a good time to use it, but I don't think it's going to make... And it feels wrong at this point to use it on an artistic endeavour. So that would be 7.
As you are painting, it happens. It happens to the best of us, and it happens at the worst possible time. Not that.
Sorry.
The brush just slips ever so slightly, and you just paint over some of the more delicate facial features that you had just started to make and just started to get just right, and you were very proud of. And it was exactly right and what you wanted, and the paint just... The drip of paint was just... The droplet was slightly too heavy, just slightly, and you can see it about to happen, and just before it happens, you can feel that sinking thing in your chest of... I've set myself back 3 or 4 days, and also I don't think I'll be able to replicate that again. You know that what you're looking at is going to be gone forever, and it's...
Chris, stop!
I am leading to something, not just being cruel. As you can feel it coming, and your brush drop touches it, and the drop just drips down and over. Roll me 2d4.
No.
The sculpture's not taking damage.
5, a 2 and 3.
7, 12. It's a class ability that Steve has and doesn't know he has yet. The paint...
But Abernathy has.
Yeah.
Steve?
Also possible.
You watch as, unbelievably, the paint goes back up into the brush. It's impossible.
Right. That was quite a lucky escape. Maybe I just had better... quick check of signs of aging in his hands and...
Roll me a constitution check.
Sorry. Guidance.
Oh, there you go. Dude, seriously.
That was
that was
one of the times you should have reminded
Just
me.
an expostulation.
I just got through with
16.
This would be an appropriate time to use guidance if you wanted to.
17.
Heavily.
As you place your brush down and look at your hands, they are old, they are gnarled. You are, nearing the upper end of middle age for a dwarf. You know you're not a young, spry one anymore. But something about your hands. New life, vigor. It's a very strange feeling. You do feel like you are just more with it today, and more like there's an aura around you that you can't quite put your finger on. Not visible. There's no visible aura.
Pregnant, obviously. Sorry.
Just a feeling of. There's a feeling of possibility.
I think he probably enjoys that feeling, but then takes a step back and kind of cleans his brushes, and he basically resets his workstation, makes sure that maybe if the paint's too thin, then okay, we'll start again, make sure everything's right, kind of clean out the water, clean all the brushes, dry them off, and quick cup of tea up to Myrtle. without disturbing her, just kind of put it down, hand gently on her shoulder, just a bit of contact, and then back down. Glasses back on. Okay. Right. We go again.
This time roll it with guidance.
Yes.
Please.
And this time, from now on, roll everything with guidance.
Yeah. Two of them next to each other.
This is a demand made on you.
Oh, dude.
Oh, no.
It's still. Is it just? It's charisma as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Say so. 15,
All of
17.
it. Okay, that's better.
17. You're back in rhythm, back in stride. And you're adding things you didn't think to add before. You're just letting the brush run free and finding a creative spark that you haven't felt for a while, if ever.
I think as he does the paints in the kind of dark blue sky in the background. Instead of doing pinpricks of stars, they become slightly bright orange kind of swirls. And without him really realizing, these 4 swirls appear behind him and kind of just dance around the room briefly and then disappear.
That's so cool.
Roll me a perception check, you're in the shop.
Sick.
Oh, never mind. 10.
10. There's a weird light on the other side of when the dog gets doing some work. Weird orange glow for a bit, then it fades away.
Don't care.
Eating your breakfast, ain't you?
Got your beans.
Got your
Beans. Yeah.
Bag of beans.
Eat my beans.
Bag of beans.
Right. Good.
Hello.
Aha.
Last but not least.
Saving the best till last, I think you'll find. Sorry.
Which of them do you want to talk to first? You have 2 fiancés.
I do.
They both do very different things.
They do. I'd probably go and speak to Kara first.
When do you try and speak to Kara? Because Kara will be on patrol for shifts.
Yeah. Was she not doing the...
She will be if she's off.
I'd try and find her in the garden then.
Okay.
Because that's what she'd do.
You check in with her when her shift pattern is in the morning or something like that, and then when she has a lunchtime off, which does happen, you know you can find her in Insight Park, which is in the lower city.
Park.
It is indeed. In the lower city, it has a very strange dwarf druid who likes to peel bark off trees and make prophecies with them, but that's not coming up in this adventure.
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
Wow,
Move past that then.
Brampton.
It's in Brampton. Yep.
Brampton.
Brampton.
Not to be mistaken for the kind of bikes. Brampton.
Indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I go and find her. I imagine she's probably like in it, like doing it, as in the gardening.
There is a part of Insight Park that has been put aside for more classic horticultural pursuits, and you know there are always some people there doing a bit of work on it. It's like a sort of
I mean, I
communal
can
garden
spot her
space.
a mile off.
You can. She is a Goliath.
She's a Goliath, basically like tickling, like treating a fern like a bonsai tree.
That's so cool.
Basically, yeah. As you head towards Insight Park and make your way down into the gardens, you can see Kara very delicately and very gently working on a fern, as you describe. Ooh. For someone so large, and she is about 7.5 foot tall, pure muscle everywhere. She's grey skin like most Goliaths.
She's kind of like olivey
grey.
yeah.
And she's just sort of very delicately hunched over this plant and just.
I take it, you know when you really like love someone or you care about somebody, and you see them before they've noticed you, and you take like a few, you just take a few moments for yourself of just kind of doing like a mental click of like how beautiful that is, and I just kind of stand there and watch.
Does she wear a gardening hat?
Please, yes.
Big old gardening hat.
Oh, yeah, wellies.
Gardening hat, wellies,
Please.
sleeveless vest top.
Yes.
And again, ripped to shreds.
Rip to shreds. Rip to shreds.
And I will take a mental picture and then telepathically, because she's probably not necessarily used to it, but like knows it's me, and just go and she just kind of be like, and this is why I love you, and walk straight to her. Hello, darling.
Hello. Boom, big hug. Whee, all the way up.
Yeah.
Big snog if you want it.
Oh yeah, big snog.
Yeah.
Full on.
Boom, puts you back down. What's happening?
I have a few questions.
Oh. Lunch. Let's get some lunch.
Lunch, yes, let's do lunch.
I love a bit of lunch.
I love a bit of lunch with you.
There are various cafes in the lower city, especially around Brampton, you could pop into. They wouldn't be particularly salubrious, but they'd be perfectly friendly.
I mean, like,
And frankly, people
where,
tend to...
where your colleagues might not be today.
Oh, one of those days.
No, not quite that. But somewhere there where we can't be heard.
All right. Takes you down out of Insight Park, and you do end up in a small cafe, which is in Brampton. You perch in the outside. There are outside tables. Quite a busy street. It's not like it's particularly quiet, but because it is such a busy street, talking in quiet voices, there's very little chance of being overheard.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And you're sat quite close together, and also she's big, so she can very easily
look at somebody and run away.
As she sits down, she does have a quick sort of scan of the area. You do instantly get that sense of this is a career soldier.
Yeah, I got
Kara
this.
has been a mercenary for a very long time and knows her onions. Sits down, chair creaks ominously beneath her.
Telepathically, you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Good.
You talk like that, I'll talk like this.
Wonderful.
Oh, nice.
Everything will be me. Simply, I'll just keep doing like. You know when you have like a bit of lint or something that you keep playing with?
Yeah.
She's going to use her prestidigitation to keep swirling around the dust on the table in the kind of way of like...
And it is a dusty old table. Like,
Yeah,
it is very
is.
much like it's a wooden table that spent too much time outside and is warped and creaked. And the cups that your tea comes in they are stained and chipped.
Not anymore.
They're definitely still chipped.
Oh, sure, yeah. No, I cast mending. I fix everything with this scenario.
Doesn't it take 10 minutes to fix?
It takes a minute.
Oh, a minute.
Yeah, a minute.
Okay, you're fixing it if you like, but
I'm fixing it whilst also talking telepathically to Kara.
So, babe, I'm guessing you've got another thing that I'm technically not supposed to know
So
about.
there's this thing that you're technically not allowed to know about.
What am I technically not supposed to know?
So there's a thing called a heist.
I know what a heist is.
Good, I'm sure you do. I'm currently in the midst of about to maybe procure or do other things within something called a heist.
That's not very specific.
No, it's not. It's specifically unspecific for you. Specifically unspecific for everything. Yes, no, so you see, I'm something called an overseer.
That sounds very important.
It does, doesn't it? I'm not entirely sure what it means, but I've been given this role. There's many other people there, and there's one particular person that I have to keep an eye on. Two people I have to... Lots of people I have to keep an eye on, and I don't think that any of them are going to be particularly ready for the task at hand.
Do you need some assistance with this?
I need some assistance, yes, I do. See, darling, then this is why I love you. And then I will kind of look at her and then realise she's probably got like a little twig in her hair and just take it out and then put it in my pocket. I might need a way to get from the inner city to the outer city.
The upper city.
The upper city to the lower city.
Or the lower city to the outer city.
Out of any city ever.
Right, well,
Chris, Anna can't remember, but it would.
Probably would.
Lower to outer, yeah.
Thank you, lower to outer. Cheers.
Right, well, if you're looking to get from the lower city into the outer city,
Yes.
there's only really two gates. Basilisk and Cliffgate. Cliffgate's the one, leans the chair back. There's a real ominous creak. It's just huge. It's over there. And on the other side of Insight Park, around the far side of Brompton, you can just in the distance see a small gate that goes to Tumbledown.
Which one? So is that Basilisk?
That's the cliff gate.
Thank you. That goes to Tumbledown.
That goes to Tumbledown. And Tumbledown, you know, is where most of the city's cemeteries are.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
It literally is very close to the river. So that whole area, the ground, it's quite steep cliffs and the ground tends to crumble away a little bit. That can be dangerous. Tumbledown is, well, let's say the dead don't always stay dead in Baldur's Gate. So maybe some caution there. Mm-hmm. You could always try and cross the river, though that is difficult. Mm-hmm. The river veins run underneath Tumbledown, and there might be a way through there if you were looking for it. Alternatively, you could, I suppose, make your way around the side of Dusthawk Hill, but... Dusthawk Hill is the large hill on the outside. Yeah. Although, strange rumours about things walking the night round there.
Oh, goody.
I mean, I'm assuming that you can't just wander out through the Basilisk Gate and pay the toll.
Not well. You say that, but we've been given this item that basically collects a lot of things within a small space. So by technicality, if we weren't to be caught, we could potentially walk out of there scot-free. However, the group that I'm with don't particularly have your set of skills or my set of skills. In fact, I don't think they have any skills. So we'll have to find out how that will work.
Right, well, here's what I'm thinking. When is this happening?
Chris, when is this happening?
It's roughly a week from now.
Roughly a week from now.
I could try and get us on the Basilisk Gate.
What do you mean by on the Basilisk Gate?
We could be guarding it that night.
Okay. Do you trust the people that you might be with?
Not necessarily, but I might be able to help with that. If it helps you,
to be honest,
of
darling,
course.
I'd rather you weren't there. If anything were to go down, then I don't want you.
If you're in a position where you might be able to get hurt because the nincompoops you're working with can't protect you, I'm going to be there.
I do love you.
Right. I'll see if we can get on the gate. See what I can do. If not, Cliffgate's your best option. The guard there is lax at best. Although Tumbledown, as I say, dubious. Mm-hmm. You could also try and skirt the hill to the north and rejoin Stony Eyes.
Skirt. To north. Skirty Eyes?
Stony Eyes is the outer city district by the Basilisk Gate, for semi-obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And then rejoin the Great Southern Road there and make your way. But if you're worried about being pursued, the road is the obvious place to look. You know?
Yes.
How far do you have to go?
We're going to the market, potentially.
The other side of Worm's Crossing.
Yes.
How are you going to cross the river? How are you going to get past the guard?
See, this is why I come to you.
I don't work for the guard.
I know you don't work for the guard.
I work for the Fizz.
So there are many people who are charismatic. I'm only the intelligent one. I imagine that they will do the charismatic thing. Or, potentially, fighting?
You want to fight an entire cohort of the city?
I don't think we're going to do that. But our main idea is just to go through the sewers and see how far we can get through the sewers.
Well, the sewers don't go that far, necessarily. And also, don't get lost down there. It's very dangerous.
Good. Mm-hmm.
There are some rather nasty cults growing up down there. We've been looking after a couple of them for some time now.
Okay.
It's always the same. Dead Three.
The what?
The Dead Three.
The Dead...
You would know what the Dead Three are.
Yes.
The Dead Three are Baal, Bane, and
yeah.
Merkul. They are the gods of murder, tyranny.
He's not just showing his water glass, by the way.
Also, keep hydrated.
Also do that. It's good, guys.
Murder, tyranny, and death. They all stole the last god of death, Nergal's portfolio when they were still human adventurers and became gods.
Yeah,
and they have variously been killed or died, or all sorts of things, but they always seem to come back.
Good.
So if you can stay out of the sewers, that will keep my heart at rest.
Well, I don't think we particularly want to go through the front door.
No. Getting out of the upper city is difficult. Sewers are a good option, but you have to be cautious. Does someone know the sewer layout?
No.
Wonderful.
Why am I doing this?
I presume it's for a lot of money.
It's not just for a lot of money, it's also for a friend.
I understand. Maybe Alethra can help you with sewer outlines. That's more her area.
That is a very good point.
In the meantime, I'll make sure we're on the gate that night so we can help if you need to, but Cliffgate's an option if that's not an option.
Cliffgate is an option, if that's not an option. Good. How was your tea?
Lovely.
Sauces as well?
Splendid,
yes.
yes.
Sauces episode, mate.
Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
If you're breaking the law, I understand how the city works. If I'm helping, I will help because I love you, but I can't promise that of every one of my cohort who might want to help as well.
The same way.
No. And also, I assume this is something relatively benign. Do you think any blood's going to be spilled, really?
I hope not. But I'm always cautious.
Alright. It sounds like it's not too much of a problem, but be careful if a lot of people die.
Everything I do is always complicated. It normally turns out for the best.
I trust you.
I trust you.
Don't make me doing my job difficult.
I can't promise that.
At least if I arrest you, then you'll
Be in handcuffs.
She blushes. You'll be in prison, you won't get beaten up.
That's even worse.
And then Alethra can get you out.
Sure.
She has friends in high places.
I know.
You might want to talk to her about that too, yeah.
Yes, funnily enough.
Mm.
Yes. Right. I'll see you later.
Just another day, just another scheme, huh?
Always. Have good daydreams. And I will go. After kissing her and like being very lovely. Just skip that bit. God, I'm such a wooer.
Really good at this.
Right. What are you going to talk to Alethra about? Actually, how do you go and talk to Alethra?
I imagine she's in the library.
Yes, at the High Hall.
Yeah.
She often is. She tends to work there on looking after.
Posh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She tends to work there. It's her job to oversee a lot of these areas, and she tends to. She works quite diligently on trying to maintain the city's woeful archives and trying to find old stuff in them and trying to make sure that things are kept up to date because they aren't. It's not administrative. It's much more research and that sort of thing. So as you go into the library at the back of the High Hall, tall, dusty shelves. No one is in here. No one cares.
But Alethra.
Yeah.
Like when like shoes walk into like big rooms and they echo.
Yeah.
The staff just kind of goes. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, darling. Where?
Oh. Hi. Hang on.
Okay.
Wait. Where are you?
I'm right where the door is.
Oh.
Where are you?
No, just.
Do I need to do a locate object again?
No. Comes around one of the things. Hi. How are you? Oh.
Hello.
Okay. How are you?
I'm good. You've got ink all over your face.
Ah, well, that's all.
I'm just like.
Ooh. Is it gone now?
No, you did it again.
There we go. Good. Right. Oh, wonderful. And her hair, which she normally keeps wrapped up in braids, has come slightly loose in places. And she's just.
Is it like lots of pencils and things, kind of like nesting? Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right. I was just looking into. Oh God! Come, look at this. Come look at this.
Yes,
Grab your hand and just drags
What?
you along. You get to the back. There is a relatively large. Glass case.
Where you keep like artifacts and things like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was buried under so much junk. But I found it.
The glass?
Yeah.
The glass. We're looking at glass.
No, it's inside the glass. And looking inside the case, nestled on a very moth-eaten old pillow is a spyglass. That is Balduran's. Balduran founded Baldur's Gate.
Right.
Oh my god!
It's been talked about that it's here, and it was just buried away under a whole pile of things. And I found it. I'm just going to tell people, and they can come and look at it. I'm sure everyone will want to come and look at it.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure everyone will.
Oh, that's a harsh thing to roll deception on. Oh, well, it worked. You failed that.
No.
Deception?
Yes, please.
16.
They will, won't they?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I wish people in the city cared about history more. So many things seem to just happen again and again.
And so many things seem to disappear. Speaking of disappearing things, I've got myself caught up in a little scheme.
Have you?
Again.
Right.
Yes.
So, what?
Yes, I've got myself caught up in another little scheme of things, but it's fine,
Sure.
because Kara's got some things under control. I need your help with other things.
Sure.
Right. Do you know any ways of crossing rivers and things? And I can't remember what I literally just said to Kara. Come on, Anna.
Technically, one uses a boat or a bridge.
What did I do?
Maps of the sea.
No, that's that was it.
And getting you out of jail if that happens.
Yeah.
You want a map of the? You want a current map of the sewers?
Yes.
That doesn't exist.
Okay.
Doesn't. Okay, look, hang on.
There must be something. Oh.
I was over there somewhere. Look, if I could dig out a map of the sewers,
Yes.
and I'm not saying that I can, but if I can find one, it'll be at least 50 years old. And I guarantee you, considering all the activity that goes on down there, I wouldn't be surprised if half of them were blocked up or moved around or something
probably
else.
right.
Yes. Then, that's not. Why?
Again, telepathically, because I don't trust you, Chris.
What?
So I might be doing a heist.
Oh.
Yes, it's exciting. You
It
know
is.
the Raven Shade collection?
I do.
Yes, you love it, don't you, because of all the history and beautiful things?
Yes.
Yes. Well, we're stealing it.
That's absolutely it.
Right.
It won't be here anymore. It's going to be sold.
Well, why doesn't Sorella just sell it?
Many, many reasons. For one, I don't think she necessarily trusts her own family, except for maybe one.
Right. That does make sense.
Although he's a bit of a nincompoop, so we'll see.
Totally fair.
Yes, he is, isn't he?
Yes. I think a lot of this money is going to go to a good cause.
Oh, I see.
Some of which I'll be getting.
Oh, I understand. She wants to give it away, and she can't because of, well, the patriarchs.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, well.
So I thought as a little wedding present for when we do have weather weddings. Well, I thought we could use a bit more money for a good honeymoon.
Money's never been the problem.
I would like to contribute.
I understand, but that's not the problem. No, that's not the problem.
It's not the problem, but it's something that
problem
I'd
is
like to do. We've discussed this. We've all want to share. Equal share. All of us.
Yes.
All three.
I'm
doing my all three thing.
I'm exceptionally wealthy.
I know, and it upsets me at times.
It's not about the money.
It's about the money sometimes for me. Sometimes.
Look, money won't change the fact that Kara's a mercenary and a Goliath, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you know what my family
Yes, but
is
people
like.
look at us in that way.
Yes, they do, and money won't change that.
It helps me.
Okay. Look, I'm not going to tell you what to do. The reason why we're not married is because, well, people don't really understand what the three of us want, and that's.
Other people are idiots.
I agree, but it's money.
I know
fix
everyone's
that.
dreams. No one knows mine.
I do.
I know.
Clara does too.
I know.
We can do this, but we don't need money to fix it. Okay? If this is about money, then there's no need.
It's also for a good friend.
Okay. All right. I'll see what I can dig up for you, but
I might be in jail at one point. Can you fix that? I might get caught.
Of course you might get caught. You're stealing one of the most valuable art collections in the world.
Exactly, but just think, if I get caught, then you can see the art again. Be fine. Maybe go have another look before it goes.
Well, there's that party in about a week that I've been invited to, so...
Oh, don't go.
Is that where it's happening?
Yes!
So you don't want me there?
No.
All right, I won't go.
Please don't. Cara will be on a shift, so she won't be there. So that's good. If anything goes wrong, it's just me.
Cara wouldn't be there anyway.
I know. There's no plans.
Yeah, that's fine.
I know.
I will make myself scarce, and if you need me to, I will talk to Mum. Don't particularly want to.
No, I don't really want to. No.
But if necessary, I can.
I do love you.
You too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my fault that things are the way they are.
I know.
I don't like things the way
I know. I'll see you back at yours.
Yes, well, I found the spyglass and Baldur's cape is around here somewhere. Long sword and... I'll see if I can find some sewer things.
A kiss on the forehead. And I leave.
She already rolled a 1. She's not going to find any sewer plants.
I know.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
It was, yeah.
That was really beautiful.
I feel broken inside.
Yes, we're playing D&D.
Yeah.
That
Sorry,
was not the yes.
Also,
Dungeons and Damaged, yeah.
Wake me up.
So,
oh my god.
the party
Yes.
during which the heist is going to happen.
Yes.
Oh, that one.
Definitely
Yes.
going to work.
Talk me through your plans.
Oh,
Because
What
you are
plans?
organising this party.
That is true.
Technically, the Oracle is organising this party, so you will be doing all of the legwork. Lilith will be there to support you because Lilith has a brain. So I don't think the three of you will be that heavily involved in the practicalities, but because we're playing a D&D game,
Yes.
why don't we all contribute as to how you'd like the party to go? Tell me what
Yes.
your plans are and how you want them to how you want to go ahead.
Well, the Oracle very obviously wants it all to be about his performance.
Of course.
He's going to start with that. So I imagine that there's a great hall.
In House Ravenshade, there would be a sort of front room, ballroom style
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. So that's going to need... So the furthest sort of side of that ballroom away from where the paintings are is where a big stage is going to be set up and stuff. And the Oracle wants everybody to be gathered there for the thing. I presume that they'll get taken off... I think the idea is that they'll get taken off to see around the art in sort of small groups, if you see what I mean. As in, like, the whole point of it is that they're for the art, but we don't want everyone going there at the same time, so you'll be allowed to go in by yourself and to contemplate the art during that kind of stuff.
And then at some point you'd have a grand performance, and that's the point when
everything goes. And then after that...
Imagine like a heist montage and sort of music underneath it.
Is everyone cool with this?
Yes.
From the point of view that, therefore... I think it'd be... this isn't what the Oracle would come up with, but for the sake of almost brevity. So there's going to be him doing the performance, you two guys being the lookout, as it were, as in you can say if there's any danger going on.
I can say straight to you.
No, not to me, that's the thing. It's all going to be to Abernathy, because Abernathy is going to be going and getting in into the thing with the bag of holding to take all of the pictures off the wall during the point when I'm going to have everybody enthralled, so then there can't be a problem. And then... the Oracle doesn't really know sort of the way out to where I presume he can get people out of the house, and it's a question of whether it's the sewers, whether it's the thing, and that's when everybody else comes in.
Lovely.
We did have a way out of the house, didn't we?
You did. You were told about a sewer entrance
in the
Exactly.
kitchen.
Behind a shelf.
Yeah.
To the sewers, so it falls back.
So when are we?
I have a note.
Yes.
When and where is everyone meeting up?
Right. So if we think about that as in like the whole thing is going to take more than a couple of days to prepare. In as much as you're going to have a big party like that in a posh house, the bureaucrat is going to be in the house, making things more difficult for people who actually know what they're doing for at least 2 days beforehand. Then I presume that you guys would come one at a time over the course of those days and come in and sort of make yourself.
I think.
What you'd have? I presume that there would be another job that each one of you would do within the party. Waiter, I don't know.
I mean, if you want, I could probably like MC you. I could introduce.
Oh, yeah.
I could introduce you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Viorica would hate that, but please have that idea.
Oh, he's taking it too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's the thing of like, and maybe it's somebody else in the three goes, will you be the MC? And both of us like, that's a really good idea. Okay, fine.
I love it that there might be people in the audience going, oh, they hate each other.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I know these two of old. Exactly, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah.
Once we've done the stealing part,
Yes.
will it not be then very suspicious when?
No, but that's the whole point. Is that once the call from the MC goes out, now we're going to have a very very special performance.
After that, we've done the stealing.
Yes.
You're there. You finished your performance. You're at a party.
It's got nothing to do with me.
No. So, are we just going?
We're doing the heist without you.
No. As in, like, but that's the thing. I will leave the stage.
Yeah.
Once I've left the stage, then everyone. The
It's very Sound of Music.
Is it?
When the Von Trapp family singers. Anyway.
I have no idea about
I
it.
could do all the MCing in disguised person and then escort you away.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
That fits.
I guess after we've done the theft, are we all meeting up somewhere in the secret sewer entrance?
Yes, that makes
So
sense.
that we all go together.
Well, I would say let's go.
Or go through the kitchen, no?
So no, but don't meet in the kitchen. Meet through
Through the
everyone
door.
get through the thing down
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the sewers,
Yes.
and then that would be the point where we all meet up and then know where we're going to go. If we have sewer possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Still think you should have an excuse for where you're disappearing off to.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because you're at the party.
Yes.
People realise the art goes missing. Like you don't want to leave before people.
That's a very good
Wow.
point. No, that's a very, very good point. Well, it's the
If
thing.
you disappear and it has to be around the same time.
Don't forget, you could easily leave the house and rejoin everyone after they've been through the sewers. There's nothing stopping you doing that.
Splitting the party?
Well, this is the thing, and from that point of view, I do like. I think that's probably my initial suggestion. And everyone's like,
No.
"What? You're not getting out of this without actually becoming part of the heist." So I'm going to have to say,
in which case, the order of events should be: the paintings are all missing. Oh heavens! I'll go upstairs and lie down.
yes, there'll be a
And
fit
then
in the
Vamos-
papers.
exactly. So you've got to have someone discover the paintings are missing. Who's going to discover the paintings are missing?
It doesn't matter. It's a big party. Someone will People have been wandering in and out of there. Someone will go in and out of there.
But hang on, but if we think our thing,
No?
if we think our thing of getting everybody in the ballroom is
Yeah.
watertight enough,
Yeah.
then it's almost as if they have. Then who would be doing the? There would have to be like one group left who went to see the painting, who would go to see the paintings afterwards, and that would be the time when it was.
I mean, I could even be the tour guide for
Well,
the art.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or no, Abernathy could do.
Oh no, where did all of this go?
Is he doing theft?
Abernathy's
Abernathy's doing
Being an
theft.
idiot. I thought he could be.
I need him to
take the
Lilith,
paintings out.
Lilith could be the one taking people in and out of,
Yeah. of it,
Oh yeah,
and just
The
describing
exhibition,
it.
whatever the
Yeah.
thing.
and literally walking in and going, "Oh, they're all gone."
Oh no!
what a shame.
What an absolute terrible thing has happened.
Which would also give you, because you have the high deception roll, don't you?
I do not. No.
No, I've
I've got the highest deception roll, I think.
Maybe that should be your job,
Maybe
and then it
that's
should be
your
the
job, and I should be
MC.
the MC.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee that will be a roll, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
I
cool.
think I've got like a +8 or a +9 or something.
I've got
so.
good perception and insight, and Arcana.
There you go.
Okay.
So,
Religion.
in which case, if you're doing the tour guiding, which also means you can then be the one to note it's all gone in a sort of disguised self-persona anyway, which means that you're exempt. At which point, V can have a curse of the egg, and
Exactly.
at which point that you can take him away.
Oh yeah,
because
no. Let me tell you in your dreams.
exactly, because that's what
Yeah.
people know that you do.
Exactly.
And then take him down, and you can all go to the sewers and get away scot-free.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly
Suspicious.
go wrong?
So suspicious.
The
I
planning
don't
of that
like
was
it.
Also, the
surprisingly
fact
easy.
that Chris helped us do this means I'm very worried.
Yeah, me too.
can't really do it without Chris knowing what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Don't tell Chris. It's going to be a complete surprise.
I want you to succeed as much as everyone else.
Can you roll a deception check for me? Just you.
Damn it!
Oh God, that was good.
Plus my modifier, that's a 26.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
I'm gonna +8.
No, I'm a professional publicist. It's 28.
I'd say that is true. Okay, but so yes, so just sort of. No, in fact, because what I'm thinking is, if we're discussing this and we actually do come up with that plan, I think we'd be incredibly pleased with ourselves.
Yeah.
Except for the overseer.
Mm-hmm.
So am I sort of the evening's host? Am I emceeing you
Effectively.
and touring people around and stuff? Yeah, that's fine.
But I think
If Lilith does the hosting or some more of the presenting, because then she can be there to look
I know
after.
everyone's bloody secrets. They have to listen to me.
That's very good.
Yeah, exactly. And then yes, if you're the thing of
I'm just some guy.
no, you're the banter man who
Banter man.
I had to.
It's like a small chicken superhero.
I was working for a magician and I had to do this. You basically go around this party that the people are having and go, here is a group of people, because out of the hundreds you need 5.
Oh, totally. No, sorry. Yeah, that's the role. I mean, to them,
sorry.
I'm just
Right,
some.
yeah.
I'm not like a
You're
I'm like all
disguising
of you
self,
who are
right?
people they know. Yeah, I'm just.
Oh, I see
I
what you
do.
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to come with me? Yeah.
And disguising self means even though your reputation may be somewhat tarnished, it won't come up in this context. Because if all the paintings go missing and you're there, people will make assumptions.
Yes. Yeah. You do need to disguise self quite badly. On that.
Exactly.
And what is our reason for being in the house?
You two.
Yes.
But you're not at the party.
How do we get in the house?
Servants
Observed.
entrance.
No, yeah, you're
sneak
still
in.
art experts.
Yes.
It's an artistic party. There's no problem with you guys being there.
It's a party. We're not going to like even have a
No, I'm saying
be
turn
there
up early.
to
Okay, yes, okay.
People used to you being
And then hide
check the
somewhere.
hang.
because that's the thing. Provided people are used to you.
Are we making them hide?
No, I don't think so. I think that it's going to be a big enough party that people fetching and carrying stuff would be.
I'd like to make an observation that if 2 people who were hanging and looking after the art disappear and the art's gone,
That's true.
maybe they should just be in the house.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't even be like art experts beforehand.
What do we do in the house? Where?
Right. This is what we're
Just
thinking.
hang out casually in a
Hang
big
out with
posh
hang out
house?
with
I think
Ash's
we
gonna
have a
freak out.
pie and listen to
I was
parts of
gonna
the
say,
stories by
listen to parts of the
sciatica.
But if we have a pie, we're
You'll
going to
be
be hanging
busy.
out in the kitchen, and then when we
It also means
disappear,
that
we'll be
Bartleby's a
like,
witness. Do you really want that to
exactly.
happen?
Bartleby will be like, where did they go? And then
Where
we'll
did they
ask,
go?
and he'll be like, well, I was just hanging out with those 2
Maybe
people
he'll-
who disappeared.
Maybe he'll give chase. And I think we all want to see that scene where Bartleby gives chase.
That would be very fun.
Well, it's got to be at the party.
Okay. So I understand.
So I'll all be at the
Set
party.
of tricks that
I understand that the how do you put it? That you want something specific in as much as something to play with. From it, what I'm imagining is a party big enough that extra people, particularly because extra servants will be brought on board just to hand out canapes.
It'd be notable.
Yes, the thing is, you wouldn't notice extra servants. The servants would notice the extra servants.
Very good point.
You have a room. They could wait in your room.
Let's
and then
do that.
and then when the coast is clear, they can sneak down, remove the art. There'd have to be a timing or a signal for them.
Yeah. Well, in which case,
Actually, they'd be able to hear your music. They'd be
I
able
was
to hear
going to
the
say,
song.
once you hear my dulcet tones,
Okay.
When he hits the high C.
I see.
I think when you first start hearing the performance,
now
because the
just see here. Yes.
performance takes how long?
25.
Well, that's
Exactly as long as it
Sure.
needs to take.
Well, it should take longer, please.
Okay,
Can it be a
so-
long performance? It's going to take some
this
while.
is
I was going to say, one of the
It's
short rests, you can
certainly-
choose 5 creatures that watched and listened to your performance for a minute. So if I get the thing that I
It
only-
lasts an hour.
yes, indeed. Sorry,
Okay.
exactly. So
that's better.
it could take anything up to an hour, but in as much as I would imagine 10 minutes would be the.
I mean, how long do
Can you give us an hour?
Yeah, no, but in which case it would need to not just be me. I'd have to be doing stuff with different, like an hour-long thing of just me singing. V would love that. But at the same time, I think
But it is literally magical, isn't it?
And they're enthralled.
Yeah,
They're enthralled for an hour.
5 people? 5 people will be enthralled for
Oh,
an
5
hour.
people. Oh God.
That number
This is
is
gonna.
not
This is a
big.
design. No, I was thinking everyone. Yeah.
yeah, me too. I didn't think about that.
I was thinking
Okay,
everyone.
so from the point of view of there could be performance, and as soon as people start getting twitchy, enthrall them.
Yes, of course you can. That's totally fine.
That's what I'm thinking. In as much as I will give as much time as I possibly can, and the piece will be in as long as it needs to be.
I can perform some stuff. I mean, I can do the not just but I'm also moving people around, so I can't.
Not yet. Not until the end
for
of
the sake of the story and how to balance it, I think it makes sense that you can probably keep it going for 10 minutes, maybe longer, and you can use your abilities to keep 5 people who are going a bit like, I don't like it, slowly stop them from fading away. So
it is going to be, though I say it to myself, it is going to be very, very good, as in, like, there would be a reason to stay for the full 15 minutes.
10 to 15 minutes, and you'll know that your time is up when the music stops.
Nice.
Like musical chairs, except it's art.
Musical heist.
How many paintings can we
next part of it. What are you going to be able to extract in 10 to 15 minutes?
Not
probably
safely. Without damaging it.
Without damaging
it. Ash don't care.
Yeah.
Ash like rip them.
I think that's it. I think Abernathy is probably really careful with the first one turns around and you can fight. It'd be that kind of idea, I think.
But are you working
like
through? Are you being careful of how long it would take, or are you going to talk Ashaki through how to do it without damaging them? Because
maybe we'd have had a practice on some.
Yeah. That's fine by me.
Canvases.
No problem.
It's a good idea.
Back at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
It's however many we can do, isn't it? And we'll see. And that's how many.
And you're going to focus on the more higher value ones first, and then I suppose it's as many as you can do in that time, and then when the music stops, go, that's it, and stop.
Have a list of highest value first, and then just go it down, and where we get to, and that works.
I might have kind of gone in and planned. Right, this, the order of
when you're
where we go with them, and
when you're there, because you're.
So I presume I've led some people in and out beforehand. Then it's
so are you lookout or am I lookout? Because
you're going to be able to see.
I can look out, and so long as I can see someone else, I could within 30 feet, I can telepathically tell them. So I don't have to move or
Cohen
move my
should be
lips
near
or
the
anything.
door. Lilith is going to have been on the stage. She'll have just stepped off the stage. You keep an eye out. If Cohen stands near the door, having been a tour guide, you can try and stall people for long enough if they're trying to leave that they can catch them in the next spell.
I can also message people at 120 feet.
Awesome. We can have an easy back and forth.
The three of you can.
Me as well. So this is going to be wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we've got magical walkie-talkies.
We've got WhatsApp, guys.
Just for this bit.
So what we're saying is there's absolutely no way in which this can go wrong.
No. How could we?
I mean, what's going to happen in the sewers?
Who's on the guest?
What are these silly bits of plastic on?
Irrelevant.
What a nice.
Who's on the guest list?
Me.
Posh Patrials.
Yeah, no. So this is the thing. Is it House Caldwell? That's the other.
House Caldwell is the other art provider.
Then that should, so they would surely have to come.
Yes.
I think Viorica would want to. He has this idea about trying to give culture to people. So if there was a house that was particularly,
even though Anathema's not going.
Oh yeah, like he would want to bring in the houses that he thought could do with some
art education.
Yeah, basically. Not the time to
you're going to invite a lot of very rich patriarchs.
Basically.
Grand?
Yeah.
I'll probably be on the list.
Presumably Sarala is going to invite. Sarala is officially throwing the party.
Sarala is hosting everyone. Yes, it's Sarala's party.
Gervais.
Yes.
It's for Gervais.
In memory of Gervais.
It's in memory of Gervais. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. It's a
commemorative.
Yeah, but what are they called? A day for
commemoration.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Given that she's there, a lot of the. If we could manage, this is probably going to need some dice rolls. If we could manage to persuade her that the art should be looked at, then there should be the performance, then move everybody out to a different part of the house. If you see what I mean. As in move them away from where the paintings are.
They would need to note that the paintings are gone. If they don't note that the paintings are gone, there is no question that where they've gone to.
Yeah.
Whereas if they've gone in a room that you're in and Sarala's in, and the kids have no idea where they are, then they're gone.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. No, that works better. Okay. Cool.
Why is it important to us again that we have people find out that the paintings have gone?
Because it immediately puts you, me, and Lilith out of the equation. We can't have anything to do with it. No, that's actually really important. If they don't know that those two are there and we can't have anything to do with it, then it's fine.
Obviously, yeah.
No, but
it's important to talk these things through in a house.
Exactly.
That's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
Good. Well.
That's why Ocean's 11 went on for so long, because they just endlessly discussed it.
Savage.
Let's make sure we don't fall into that.
No, it's not. We talked about it for the last 20 minutes. Good, right. Well, I think we're ready. Do you think you're ready?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Any last thing you want to check?
We don't actually know how we're getting out.
Well, I've got a decent idea of the sewers from my mate.
Worms Crossing is going to be a problem. That's what I've gathered.
Is there a particular persona that I should adopt for tour guide, or should I just look fancy?
I think we save that for the interval, which is about to happen, the proper interval, and then when we're back in 5 minutes, we can have that all planned out and ready for the evening of the party.
Oh, God.
Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Good. See you in 5.
Bye.
Bye.
And welcome back. Right. It is the day of the heist. At what point do you arrive at House Ravenshade?
Early.
Already there.
So you two get up early.
I go and do me trills in the not pigeon. What would be the bird that nests in the? It would make sense. I go up to the raven's sort of nest tower again and do my trills just as the sun's coming up.
A loft for the ravens. Is there a
Maybe some sort of
raven?
loft, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Somewhere is
A cot, in fact. Anyway, yes. So I go up with the dawn. I get up with the dawn and I go up and pray to Lantha.
Lathander.
Oh, wow.
He's your god.
He takes it very seriously.
To whom it may concern.
Exactly. Anyway, so yes, I go up. Lathander.
Lathander.
Wow, write it down.
All right, I thought I had it. That was the problem. Anyway, Lathander goes up and gets worshipped, and also trills.
Consider yourself worshipped.
Trills happen as well, and the ravens get scared away, as they usually do. This time there's a little bit more sort of effort and
gusto.
Yes, that's exactly the word.
Performance check, please.
Oh. Okay. No. Okay. 18.
Very good.
Cool.
It's a splendid performance.
Good.
You're ready.
Yes.
Lilith, I presume you arrived relatively early.
I do, of course.
The house is being prepared for the party. Sorella has organised waiters and food is being prepared by Bartleby, mostly quite small pies.
Exactly.
Using the cupcake tin.
Call this the Volapie.
Wow. Can I go and have a look at the guest list?
Sure.
And Lilith will have a look at the guest list and kind of do a mental note of what she knows from all the people that they're coming.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Like specifically, I imagine she has a little black book kind of thing.
Yes.
Of particular, all the very, very bad secrets I think would be already very much wedged into her brain, so they wouldn't be written down. But particular things of who has slept with whom that really shouldn't have, or things like that, or what weird dreams would they really not like anyone else to know.
Baldur's Gate is the kind of place where what serious crime are they involved with would also be an option.
Yes, exactly. So it would be
murders they have committed.
Yeah. No. But my point being, she wouldn't carry around a little black book that would have so and so murdered this person, because if that ever got found, that would be ridiculously awful.
True.
So I imagine that she has memorized those particular instances, but again, she would just kind of flick through and have a look. And have a look through the guest list and see.
Cool. Roll me a I think just an intelligence check.
Yeah, sure.
Just a flat intelligence, please.
Where have you gone?
What are you looking for?
Oh, nice one.
Oh.
I know, but you touched it now, and that's going to go badly wrong. I mean, that's cocked.
I'd say that's cocked.
That's cocked.
I would say that.
That's even worse.
Dude, wow.
Bastard.
Yeah, it's not
I
okay.
curse dice. It's a thing.
It's a thing. It's a real thing.
Statistically unlikely.
Oh no.
Thank you, science.
I have a +5 for that, so it's a 10.
10, just a flat 10. Going through the list of names, you recognise quite a few. Obviously, it's a lot of the patriarch families and the well-to-do. You recognise quite a few of them as families particularly interested in art collections, and it is very clearly and you know that it has been shared as an event that is very much in commemoration of Jilvaya and a rare public outing of the entire exhibition, and the entire collection will be exhibited. It does all fit into one room, barely, but it will be quite squeezed in. You know when you see those pictures or paintings or representations of what art collections in people's houses used to be like, where there would be sort of art squeezed into every possible angle. Bits of the British Museum are still like it, but there's art sort of squeezed in on every possible surface area. It would be very tight, but everything will be able to fit into one of the larger staterooms. And looking through the list of names, you rolled a 10. Nothing in particular jumps out at you.
Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Chris.
That's a shame.
Did the two of you meet up, chat during the day?
Yes, because at the point when depending on when the sun rises, at a point when I deem reasonable, and not a minute later, I'm knocking on her door.
Whose door?
My door, because I would have gone to my room.
Sure.
A little longer.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
We're recording, Ed. There are microphones here.
Yes.
Apologies.
But that is the effect that I want to achieve.
Right.
Viorica, I believe.
Yes.
Well, do come in.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Good.
Are you quite all right?
No.
Okay.
I thrive on nervous energy.
You're not having stage fright, are you?
No.
I'd hate for that to be a thing.
No. I am fine. I have done it before. It's not to do with me today. Really.
It's really not.
No. So, everything's going to be
Performance
fine.
of a lifetime.
I'm leaving now.
No, come back.
What?
I don't know why. We're just having you on. Goodbye.
Okay. This happens twice more. I'm coming to look for any kind of confidence boost. You just don't give it to me. That's perfect.
At some point during the day, you... Go on.
At some point in the day, I will go down to the kitchen and have a quick scan for that little
Door,
thing behind the door, behind the thing.
Okay. The kitchen is busy.
Yep.
Bartleby is working up a proper sweat. Mm-hmm. So, working twice normal speed, which is still slow.
Yes.
And he also has various people working with him today, working as waiters. Staff has been brought in. The house does not have enough money to maintain a staff of the size needed to look after a party like this. Mm-hmm. So a lot of unfamiliar faces. Mm-hmm. As you walk through the kitchen, they're all working on various different sauces, mostly sauces and tea. Mm-hmm. And you are welcome to look, but if you start investigating or doing some people will...
I just wanted to make a perception check, that was all.
Please go.
I want to do, which is...
That's a really good idea. Bjork is definitely not doing that.
Did Sorala say where it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorala showed you on a map.
12.
12. Looking at the wall where you know this is, there is a shelving... Shelf. There is a shelf in front of it. I was going to say shelving unit, but that kind of...
This doesn't make
There's
sense.
an IKEA unit.
There's an IKEA unit right there. So you're at a mirror.
Green thing.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's just a shelf.
An Orkia.
Okay.
There are still there, Steve. It's just a shelf, and it's got lots of root vegetables on it. And as you walk past it and look, just eye it slightly beadily, you can't see an obvious door behind it, but you do note that the shade of brick behind that shelving unit is slightly different from the shade of brick around the rest of the kitchen.
Root veg shelf.
Yep.
Got you.
A lot of butternut squashes.
Yes.
Squash shelf.
The most obscene of all the vegetables. Butternut squash?
You're a very odd man. I adore you.
As accused.
You walk past them in two pockets, just going, filth.
Basically, yes.
Right. So you know where it is, and you have confirmed that, but you don't know how to open it.
Yeah, okay, got you.
Grand.
I would go and tell Viorica in the hopes that would somehow calm him down.
Root vegetables?
Thank God it's not cheese.
That kind of thing, yes.
Yes.
Lovely. At some point during the day, Sorala will find you, Viorica.
Yes.
Right, well, everything looks ready for tonight.
Yes, it is absolutely as we intended and as we decided. It's wonderful. It's magnificent. It's going to be fabulous.
Good. Is there anything you need? There are servants running around you in the middle of a corridor. Like it's a busy day prepping for a party.
No.
Oh God.
Sorry, for the camera, no. I can't make that eye. No.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Good.
Don't worry. I know you had faith in me. I think that was the right thing to do.
Jilvaya had faith in you. And if today is about her, which it is as well,
Yes.
I know you'll do her proud.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
We can ask nothing more, can we?
No! No!
Do you need me to know anything or do anything?
I'm assuming that I've told her the plan for the day. She knows that already.
She knows Lucy, which also has asked not to be too involved, so if someone does try and, read her mind or apply anything sort of like truth reading on her, it won't reveal much.
My performance will be show-stopping.
I would expect nothing less.
That's what I need you to know. That's... Yes. Yes!
I'll be sure to see it.
Please do.
Sorolla will also check in with you. I assume everything is going to plan.
Yes, how's he doing?
Seems fine.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything I need to know or do?
No, there's a question I have to ask.
All right.
A Shakti.
Yes.
Did you bring her?
No.
Insight check.
Sure.
That's quite high actually.
Yes.
It's about 22.
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
She didn't bring a Shakti here.
Mm-hmm.
A Shakti wasn't part of her plan, but she's well aware that Lakshmana likes to hedge his bets and is not surprised.
Okay.
That's what you get from that.
Fair enough. Cool.
Good
Right.
insight's really useful.
So, I hope today goes well.
Me too.
I look forward to Viorica's performance. I've heard it's going to be...
Show-stopping.
Yes.
Yes.
He told you to.
Well, many times.
That's like him.
It is like him. If it goes wrong, what do we do?
If it goes wrong, I will admit to my involvement and not knowing the details, and Viorica may be overstepping his bounds slightly, but I will also show leniency. After all, it is his foster mother who wanted this to go the way it did, and it will be chalked down to some exuberance.
Yes, I suppose.
And I will take responsibility personally.
Can I have it in writing? No, that would be too far, yes.
I don't think it would be appropriate.
No, it wouldn't be appropriate.
No. If anything, I'd have to say it personally. Writing wouldn't necessarily help in this situation, would it?
Yes, I know.
Well, I'm going to go and get ready.
Yes, good luck. No, actually, I need that.
Good luck to you then.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And she walks upstairs. What time do you arrive?
Me?
Yeah.
I probably arrive, as disguises only last about an hour, and I can only make so many of them at a time. I probably wouldn't turn up too early.
Okay, so you're going to be the last one there.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Totally fine.
Where is he?
Yeah, I don't think Cohen would even risk using his actual appearance in any part of the house before then. Yeah.
Sure, no problem. So when do the two of you arrive?
Lunchtime.
Quick question. You guys have the bag of holding, right?
Yes.
Already.
Someone does. Who has this? Okay.
Oh God!
I think it was.
It was given to you last session. One of you has it. You can choose who has it.
Technically speaking, you could have come the night before and just stay in my room all day. It's up to you guys.
What do you think would be less?
Would you have really wanted to
suspicious?
spend an entire night with that one?
That is
I think
true.
it maybe was offered to me. Well, actually, maybe we could just get there first thing in the morning. And...
Yeah.
So you say goodbye to Myrtle first?
Right then, we're off.
Oh, yes, it's the special day. You're going to do some restoration work. Have you told Myrtle what's going on?
Probably just.
Oh, it's your special heist day, all right.
Yeah.
People need to stop saying that.
Well, I mean, we're not really doing much of the heisting. It's just a bit...
Literally doing the heist.
Oh, no, well... we're not doing any of the underhand bits. We're just going to be actually taking the pictures off the wall and putting them in a bag and taking them away with us.
Well, you've talked about it, and it all sounds very sensible, and it's for a good cause. I approve of all of these things.
Absolutely. Well, you know.
Well, break a leg. Hope it goes well.
Well, I'm sure it will. We'll probably be home. Do we need to pick up anything for dinner?
Well, I imagine you'll be some of the night dealing with this, so maybe bring an extravagant breakfast. I like an extravagant breakfast, and I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, perfect.
Oh god.
For some reason in my head I've got massive toadstools. would be the extravagant breakfast.
Massive toadstools.
Even bigger mushrooms.
Well,
All right, well, yes, hope you have a lovely day, and I'll meet you tonight.
I will too, but you've got your... It'll be all right, won't it? It will be.
I'm sure it will. I mean, Sarah wouldn't really ask us to do it if it was going to put us too much in harm's way or anything, so...
No, I suppose
I can't see how it would go wrong. No, I think we'll be fine.
Good.
A bit of an adventure. Don't worry. I'm not about to make a habit of it.
No.
All right, then.
Take care of yourself.
Ready, Shakti?
Take care of yourself.
I will. Well, I'll be back soon.
All right, love.
All right. Have a lovely day.
It's a peck on the cheek. Tamps her pipe. She tends to tamp her pipe, as in put more things in it when she's a little bit nervous. And walks upstairs.
Last week.
Right. Hang on.
Not you.
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't realise you were talking to yourself.
Last week, Ash got an extra gold spending money,
She did.
and she's got new shoes. Her old ones were falling apart, and they're very sneaky. Not mechanically,
Oh, I see.
I literally
That's how this works. I've been playing this game wrong for a long time.
but just in principle, just should that.
And they like
They don't
black
squeak.
and sleep.
They don't.
Yeah.
They're like
Squeak.
pump song kind of.
I don't know if they have souls like
Pimp sole.
No.
Or pump
No,
sole.
like a pump with like a
Oh, a
rubber
pump.
sole, like a pump with a rubber
fine.
sole.
Sorry,
that means
Yeah.
I thought you
Good
said a
for
pump
crying.
sole, which is what's a pump sole?
My old ones were sort of flopping and flapping, bits of the leather were
Like
coming
sandally.
off, and these ones are like not flappy. They're not loud.
Great.
Anyway, on the way over, I'm gonna be like quite nervous, like she's clenching her fist a lot and sort of trying to pep talk you about like,
God.
Is that
things.
this placement activity thing?
No, just like right. So if anyone is like looking at you, just don't look at them, okay? Just
Right.
you're just normal. Just don't think about anything and carry on doing your business. But don't like think about them. Just don't look suspicious, or don't think that you are suspicious, because then you'll look suspicious.
I didn't
Okay?
think I was suspicious.
No, you're not.
I'm worried now. I think.
No. Don't worry. The key, really important, is not to worry. We're going to be really quick. No one's going to get hurt. We're just going to.
Why would anyone get hurt? We're only taking paintings off the wall.
Yep. It's definitely gonna be fine. So just stay cool. Is what I'm saying. Okay?
Right.
Do you think you can be cool?
I've never tried.
Try, but not too hard. Just be cool about it.
Okay.
Okay. So
Whatever happens,
it's gonna be fine.
Steve get disadvantage on something.
Maybe.
Just say to them, just be cool, and then when you actually have to do something, then
It's like the inspiring leader feat, except the opposite.
I entirely trust Steve, of all players, to play into his own disadvantages.
it's very true.
Just without even thinking.
Yeah, it just happens, doesn't it? Good. So, you head out. You have you are allowed in through Baldur's Gate, through the main gate into the upper city. You have a pass to be there for the day from House Ravenshade. And you make your way to the servants' entrance. You know your way there now, and make your way inside. The kitchen is a hub of activity, and probably,
Oh, nice to see you. Oh, see you. We won't disturb you today.
All right.
I can see you're in the middle of a few things. Did you want?
No. Not going to
Apparently,
disturb
we
you.
don't want anything.
Oh, no.
well, Oh, do you want to try one of these? It's one of my new inventions. It's a pie of on.
Would it help? If I will test it for you, don't worry, I've got this.
It's a cupcake-sized pie.
Oh.
It's like a pork pie. It's like a pork pie. It's lovely.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
You don't think it's too rustic for the noble folk?
You are completely cracking yourself up.
Followed by your own NPC.
I have literally no clue.
All right, I won't worry about it then. Just keep making them.
Anything else you need testing?
No, not at all.
Oh.
You stayed long, you stayed for the party. You'd have more of them.
Oh, we're not going to be at the party, I'm afraid. We're just nipping up to see Viorica.
Oh, a deception check.
Oh,
We're not going to be at the party. I am afraid.
During a party.
You are putting it. Yes, good.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh man! Oh God! It's so bad.
I mean,
So bad.
because I have blessing, I managed to roll 2 natural ones. Not blessing,
Guidance. Oh my God.
Hey, Shamini, you could help this situation.
Yes.
You can help.
Do it. Do it now.
Help the
Be cool.
situation.
Do it now.
Be
Give him the be cool.
Be
What
cool.
party? Is there a party?
Yeah, we ain't invited to that, are we?
Because of the pies.
You could roll advantage because you helped their chef.
Because he just, that was awesome.
You.
That was a saver.
Technically, you get to re-roll the guidance dice as well.
That's the good
Technically, I will then.
stuff.
Okay, that actually not.
I saw it.
At the guidance tower remains.
Still not on the guidance, but that was
What did you get?
90. What am I adding to it? What was it? General
Deception.
call.
No deception.
Deception. General call.
Hi,
I really hope every one of those is at home.
Daddy.
Very good.
Daddy call.
God.
Wow.
One for the kids.
That's right.
Deception. I've nearly found a D.
Come on, old man.
22.
22. There we go. How do you get over the stumble?
We ain't invited.
No, we're just checking that everything is hung properly for the big reveal. Like everything's been.
That's the worst phrasing.
That's amazing. No, I can tell you a story where there was worse phrasing, but that is pretty bad.
Well, that sounds lovely. Well, hope it's a good evening, and I will keep on the parvons.
Well, they seem to be very popular, at least with the odd tester.
Let me know if you need any more help with anything. I'm busy. I've got a job. I work in an art shop. But just in case.
You guys played it so damn cool. I can't even.
Surrounded by idiots.
So much fun.
I think that went rather well.
Yeah, we got this.
Do you head up?
Straight through with a pie as well.
Do you head up to the Orica's room?
Yeah.
On your way upstairs, are you trying to be unobtrusive amongst? There's lots of people scurrying around. Are you trying to be unobtrusive?
Yeah.
Yes, I think.
Roll me a stroke.
We are unimportant. Unimportant people.
Oh.
wow.
There she is.
That's loads.
That's
it's the biggest
loads.
roll you can get.
I disappear from this plane of existence briefly. That's a 26.
Jesus!
12.
12.
I'm busy trying to look at.
No, you've lost him. That's the problem.
Where's he gone?
Mr. Pocket was.
It's just blended into a painting.
Mr. Pocket. I can't.
Your name's Whistle Pocket.
Pocket's pocket watches. Little Pocket's pocket watches.
No,
I'm
Whistle
back.
Pocket's pocket watches? That wasn't one of them. As you manage to quite easily fit in with the rest of the people scurrying around doing various jobs and getting the house ready for the party, Abernathy has a sort of... Abernathy is used to this kind of poshos, so it tends sort of servants around poshos, the kind of people who see and not be seen is very important, and you do blend in very well and just, no, I'm just here going somewhere, and just keep your eyes down, move forward. You're less cool than you want to be.
This whole place is weird.
Yeah.
Everything's really expensive.
And
See that vase? It's so expensive.
And as you're
No one's
walking
stealing
down the
it.
hall, sort of looking around, looking a bit...
Say this out loud.
No.
You're thinking it really loudly.
As you're walking down the hall, sort of not quite watching where you're going, you run into someone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry. I'll go to carry on.
Would you recognise one of Ed's brothers? Well, Ed's brother.
Yeah.
No.
Do you recognise Viorica's brother, Shaden?
No. I have no clue who all of these poshos are.
Just you get a sort of strange look. He looks quite odd. Like he's very gaunt, very sallow. Though he's clearly quite young. Like just someone who doesn't do daylight. And he's also like there's a strange bounce. There's a strange sort of semi-metallic clank when you bounce against him. Like he might be wearing armor. It might not be armor. It could be something completely different. Hard to tell with priests of Gond.
Oh yes.
As he bounced off, he's. Sorry.
I've like already gone because I'm just doing the city thing of like you don't pause, rather than the servant thing of like I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna and like carried on slightly suspiciously.
As you turn a corner, you look back. He's sort of still watching you.
Do those eyes, definitely. That's exactly the time to do those eyes.
It was a 12.
And then I'm just gonna lean over and be like, be cool.
Abernathy, where are you? Wherever you are, be cool.
From behind like a large vase and right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same shape. You just
Can your beard be like if you've got an urn, that your beard is like behind the urn as well, and then it moves and you see the beard?
You make your way to Viorica's room and step inside. Are you there?
What time is this? If it's, I'm imagining it's around like 10.
Lunchtime.
Okay.
Because the Pyavons were getting ready.
Yes. Yes, I think yes, you find me in the room. You're just going to come in.
We're standing there staring at you.
What?
Sorry, we didn't want to knock.
No, that's fine. You did exactly the right thing. You've just given me a heart attack, that's all.
That's the right thing.
No, it's my own heart's fault when it gets broken. Okay. What are you doing? Oh, no, that's why you're here. No, you're what time is it?
I don't know. It's about what lunchtime?
Lunchtime?
Pocket watch.
Well, that is true. That's a good idea. I think I remember that.
Oh, for God's sake!
I'm supposed to be cool.
William, please! What time is it?
It's about 12:30.
Time is going so slowly. Right. I think everything's in place. Now, you probably don't want to use my bed, but it's there. If you wish, there's chaise longues and lots of sort of cushions, fripperies. There's a lot of crushed velvet and all of that kind of stuff all around the place, and a large walk-in closet, wardrobe. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like another sort of space. Right. Have you eaten?
Well, not really.
No.
Roll a deception check.
I had a pyrovont. Doesn't count. 14.
14. I'm pretty. No, it's Viorica. He's deceived.
Right.
He doesn't care.
16.
Well done. You deceived me. It would have taken much less. Right. I'll go and see if I can find any. Now the problem is he's going to go off with every intention of getting you food, and then he's going to get about halfway down the stairs and realise that he shouldn't be taking you food, so he's just going to stop. So I'm afraid he's just going to. But yeah, he, as far as he knows, everything's in place and nothing's impacting his performance. So therefore, you guys are fine.
Would you discuss anything in the room while you wait? Because you're just waiting for his performance to start, and it's going to be hours.
Yeah.
I'm going to look around the giant house inside the other house.
Yes.
Just like...
I imagine there is, and also imagine there'll be
without touching anything.
An east-facing window to let the sunlight in. Yeah, and it has a good view.
You can see over, facing east from that house, you can see over the spires of the upper city. There's lots of very strange towers in the upper cities. So.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
And you see the light reflecting off them.
I feel like if I lived here, I would just never leave. I'd just hang around in here all day. And I wouldn't have to work because I'd be super rich, but I do like working in your shop very much. Just by the way. Just by the way.
Okay. I know it's lovely, isn't it? But I don't know, it's quite big.
Yeah! I know!
Right, I said that like it's a bad thing, you see. I think it's too big. I think I would get a little lost.
That does not make sense. That's not a thing that people say. Oh no, my spacious house is too large for me. That's not what... People don't say that.
Oh,
That's...
sorry.
It's...
I'm quite happy where I am, really.
Yeah.
Our own little space in his hours. That's all I want, really.
Yeah, I would obviously be happy with that too. It's just that this is just very cool.
And you like things when they're cool. I remember that.
I was going to say a couple of hours after this, so still only just after lunch. Right, I need to get changed. I need to find out what I'm going to wear. Can you help me?
I'm going to go stand in a corner and close my eyes, I think. Is what I'm going to do.
Very well.
If that's all right.
Yes, that's fine. And I go into the closet and shut the doors.
I would also come into the room at this point if I knew you were there.
Yeah. I think you would have mentioned it in passing. The thing is in the thing. Yes.
I think we might have been going kind of just over
the list.
Over a list of paintings, and I'm just kind of jogging memories of, and this one is like this, and like getting a bit carried away. But I never really liked that one that much. Because like the use of light in there, I just thought wasn't as good as. Now this one I see. Oh, right. Come in. Possibly.
I hide.
Hi.
It's wrong.
He's just a bit, what are
Wow,
you
we
doing?
really did get a crackpot team for this gang posse, didn't we?
I think the phrase is just a crack team.
Crackpot team is actually entirely correct. Okay, how's the list? How's everything good?
I think so. I haven't really. I know I've just got the list. We've been going over it. I think I've got
We're going to
the
grab the
order
shit, put it
sorted
in the
out.
bag and run. It's going to be fine.
It should be reasonably quick.
Telepathically, yes, I don't trust Chris. They're going like
Tie.
normal voice. Lilith is just going to go like, yes, no, and if you look outside this window, these wonderful plants are and we'll start talking about plants with her vague knowledge of plants, and then in your heads, also go, BT dubs.
BT dubs.
Yeah.
Wow.
By the way, the shelf downstairs in the kitchen. It seems that the root vegetables shelf, there's behind there potentially something for you to help get out. Should you need to.
I wouldn't receive this if I didn't know.
You would not receive it. I'm not talking to you about root vegetables again.
Can you only do it to one person at a time? You can do it.
Yeah, I can do one.
She
Okay, yeah.
chooses the
I'm
things, not
looking out the window, just
Yeah,
being
and so I
confused.
tell you, and then I keep talking, and then I tell you in your head as it's happening both at the same time. Yes, it's very impressive, isn't it? As you see, the rosebush garden is also, it's both behind the root vegetable thing. Again.
So you now have all the information
Yeah,
about
okay,
where
now.
Please note the prophetic paintings, as they're often referred to. The triptych is at the top of the list.
Yes.
I assumed so somehow.
Tippity-top.
Also, any effects of Kindle, the painter who made them, around, which will be displayed, and you know that there's going to be easel, what's it called, palette, like various brush, various items will be displayed with those paintings as they are objets de curiosity.
Would they be? Because I think the list would also be written with a mind of we need to hit. We also need to hit the most expensive and the stuff that's most convenient as well. So be in combination with
Carefully
would
thought
they
through.
be like at the beginning, at the end, in the middle?
They're at the very beginning. They are the
So it'd be the
biggest,
first thing
but they
to
are
take.
also the ones that were specifically asked for. So, yeah,
Okay.
special pieces.
And are they? Because it's a triptych. Are they in one piece? Is it like a wooden?
No, they're canvas.
They're canvas.
So 3 frames on which 3 canvases are stretched, making the triptych.
Be cutting. No, the triptych. There's 3 separate canvases.
Yeah.
You'll be stripping them off the frames because the frames wouldn't fit in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool.
Lovely.
Right.
Good.
He wanted me to help him change, and I didn't want to help him change.
Vodka!
And then he seemed upset.
I'm going to come out with something clutched to my throat. Yes? Oh! Ah, dear lady! Good. This is...
Which outfit have you picked? I know you have several.
And open up the door, and out comes... not the robes I usually wear, but these ones are actually in... those are peacock in blue, these are peacock in green, with... oh god, this is going to be hideous. Gold, like, breeches, and...
wow.
Yeah. And bright red... like scarlet trousers. I cannot find the shoes. What shoes?
Any shoes will go with this very distracting outfit, isn't it? It's wonderfully distracting.
Thank you. I put a lot of thought and effort into this.
Garish as
I
fuck.
did. Now,
Right.
no, but if I may, and I'm just going to run back inside and come out.
What about the red, like, do you know the Pope shoes? They're literally
Sabaton.
like, yeah, thank you. Those will go, probably.
Oh, and I come stomping out of it. Really?
Yes.
Yeah, no, exactly. Okay, this is going to be the...
Oh,
No!
terrible.
I can tell when you're lying. You can stop, shut the door and go running back in.
I tried.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to come back out with formal. Now.
Yes. 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 No.
Can I make a suggestion? I mean, I don't know much about fashion, but apparently you're meant to be distracting to begin with, and then sneak off later. So maybe choose your loudest shoes, and then your quietest shoes you can just slip on afterwards, right?
Or maybe just have the quiet ones all the way through.
Slip on.
Well, then it would be more distracting, you see? And if people would hear him storm off or whatever...
Maybe you
and then
need two
stop hearing
outfits as
him.
well with that, and then
Running back inside.
What is your sewer going out?
like a black turtleneck.
We
What
can't.
goes well with brown?
We can't be like going along the road with.
That's why he's getting two outfits.
Okay.
Okay.
Because like people will totes try and rob us.
And the next one I come out in is like supposedly the thing. It's a wide black brimmed hat and a cloak with it's black on the outside, but the lining is bright like white fur.
Ed, I love you. Bjork, I hate you. It's terrible.
Oh, what am I looking for? I thought.
I'm on like
mysterious
minor
dark-
illusion, like a black turtleneck and jeans.
You can't be a patriarch outside of here because people will kill you and steal your stuff.
Yes.
Oh.
Do you have anything like that?
I'm gonna basically he's gonna go running back in and come out after a while like so dejected, and it's because he's got stuff which obviously had a lot of very beautiful things on which he's ripped off.
Oh. I will cast mending on like some of the bits that are like like
No.
if you took a gem off.
No. I need the scars.
I can't. I'm sure this is very difficult for you.
I might wear this underneath the...
Yes, underneath. To then remove these clothes and never be seen in them again. Yes.
Very well.
Yes, I'm sure it's terribly hard for you.
Very well, give me a moment. And I'm going to go back and spray some more eau de cologne on the handkerchief and then come back out and... very well. Am I ready? Obviously not for
You're
performing.
perfect.
That is all I need to hear. And then go back in and actually get dressed up and do actually wear some shoes that don't have Cuban heels.
Great.
So I'm pretty much set up.
Cool. Couple hours before, are you all moving downstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go down and start mixing. I can mix. I don't get overwhelmed by that because it's all people who I've known since I was a child.
There aren't many guests there yet. So quite, it's not even fashionably early. Like it's
understood.
early, but you're sort of looking around, to maybe sort of engaging a little bit with how the party is set up.
A lot of that.
There's no one there.
I know.
Fine. Do you head downstairs as well?
Yeah.
Cool. How do you arrive and what are you dressed as?
So, I would get as close to the venue as possible before applying disguise, obviously, but would also make sure that there was a place that, no one would see someone turn into someone else. So
there are many alleyways through the upper city that are less well observed.
So upon doing that, I would change my appearance to that of a wood elf with purple hair and a sort of rose-coloured suit with a frangipani.
Do we know what? Have you shown us what you're going to come as before?
I don't think you have.
No.
No, that's great. That's fine.
What's a frangipani?
A frangipani
Sounds like a
is
sweet.
it's a white flower. It's quite common in India with little yellow, sort of slightly yellower at the bottom of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful.
And, they're really pretty.
Cool.
Had a house named after it once. Well, I didn't. My parents did.
Oh, right.
I was saying, what millennial are you?
Yeah.
I own property now. Right. Anyway, I drag my fantasy ass that has money over to the.
Title of your autobiography.
My fantasy app. No. Right. Yes, Cohen travels over to, in his new guise, to the house and probably would just knock on the front door because that's the main entry point for guests.
Cool. The door is opened. Can I help you?
Hello. My name is Roberto Valgusto.
Oh, God.
Art aficionado. I seek an audience with Viorica Yordash. I believe there's some art that I'm to be demonstrating tonight, and he was my contact.
God damn it, Joe.
Oh, man.
Very well, I will see if I can find... The door is closed again and opened again, and you're brought to the door.
Who? Oh.
Oh.
Now this I can get on board with.
You don't know who I am.
I know.
Oh, I know.
Highly intentional.
Viorica, a pleasure. And he offers out a handshake.
It is the most ridiculously fancy bow.
And sort of just as you're dipping your head, I sort of thaumaturgy, and just for a brief moment, you see the skim of what my actual eyes look like with the black and red.
Good Lord. Come with me.
Excellent. This is what I wanted.
Oh, modulation, sir. Well, now, let me take you through. And then we go around the...
You're doing, for the second episode in a row, you two are like literally hand in hand going around.
Yes. Exactly.
Welcome to the second episode of Posh Pals.
Right.
The art is all already on display.
And it's the thing, I'm going to go around and going to be showing it to you. Now, you must, we're just going through it. We're being idiots. But because I'm trying to, you're doing probably a very good job. I'm trying to be really supple, and that means I'm being massively over the top. Now you must know all about this, obviously. However, let me tell you just one thing, like that kind of stuff in each of them.
Well, of course, remember, I'm an art aficionado.
That is entirely right, but you may have missed this. You don't care about any of this. I keep showing you the maker's mark and all of the little stuff that I know.
You will now have slightly more information about the art because Viorica has shown it off. While you are doing that and going around, Sorella is in the front room, and the bell starts to ring more frequently. Guests are starting to arrive. Where are you?
Downstairs with where the guests would be.
So you're in the sort of front hall area,
Yes,
where the stage, the ballroom where the stage has been placed, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I imagine
Guests
they
are
would-
circulating what look like pork pies to you, and
I would try one.
it's very nice.
Pyramond.
Fine. I imagine that it's kind of like greeting people and like.
Well, I mean,
so,
you're not a member of the house staff, but you could just
But
be.
I would know people and start to
course.
vaguely socially butterfly.
You do start recognising some people who are entering and coming a bit early.
Okay.
The Caldwell family arrive early because this is sort of like turf war, turf war.
Yeah.
And
Sorry,
go on. No, go on.
Well, I was going to say, if I hear anyone
bell goes, yeah.
but that thing of Lord and Lady Caldwell or whatever the thing is,
Stevens would announce everyone who comes in, Lord and Lady Caldwell.
As soon as I hear those names, I come firing out. Oh, your Lord and Ladyship! This is so wonderful to have you here for this.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's the butler. I mean, another one.
And I believe you will be entirely transfixed, transmogrified, and all of that kind of stuff.
Well, of course, I've seen all of them before.
No. But this time we have had an art aficionado into
I don't believe we've met. Hello.
No, I don't believe we have.
I like the cut of your chin.
The feeling is mutual.
Now,
Show me what you've got. Show me around. It is taken.
yes, no, that's exactly. Yes, so you're going to take
Coming in behind the Caldwells is their daughter Esme, who is a very friendly daughter. Comes in, darling.
Oh, Esme! Oh, darling! And then, wow!
Delightful.
Yes, and now your have just been taken. I will see to it that that I personally guide you around.
Well, if that's what you want.
Certainly. Now,
Please, so delectable today.
stop it! You're making me blush. Now, and give her a volo pie. No, pie.
Volo pie.
It's a Volo pie.
But the thing is that I use her as a drogue and anchor. Do you know what I mean? And try and collect other people and just make it that thing.
Yeah. You and Esme are well known as. Everyone keeps assuming you're going to get married at some point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so all eyes on, and there's a lot of and it's the thing of trying just basically to distract everybody. It's starting and making sure that we are the point of focus, not anything else.
So various patriarch families are arriving. Also some art aficionados, people who live in the upper city or lower city patrons with an interest in the families are starting to arrive, and it's getting busy. There is a hubbub. You are showing people around. How long does your disguise self last?
It lasts an hour.
Okay.
My plan is to reset it on the 59th minute each time by burning a card up my sleeve in order to keep that up.
Totally fine. Yeah.
You see the smoke.
Well, it's not literal fire.
I understand. I just love the idea. Sorry, it's a bit smoky.
Oh, my sleeve is on fire.
Put this out.
God, how artistic.
Oh,
Exactly.
Steve, we didn't hear it. It was good.
What did you say?
This is my smoking jacket.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Wasn't worth it, was it? You will need to recast it at least once. So if you recast it now for it to be maintained as the party continues.
Obviously, I will.
Cool, cross off your spell.
Do I need to? Is that fine, or do we need to sleight of hand it in case?
No, you're
sees?
fine. Most spells, you are showing people around an art collection. The ability to distract them with what's around you, and you being a very good bard, means you'll be able to avoid that situation. Okay, I'm not going to make you roll for that.
Okay, cool.
So the party is starting to get into swing. It's still quite early.
Yes. So hang on, we should have discussed this at the time. What I'm imagining is the party starts, say 6-ish, and then it will keep going on through until I would imagine like 9-ish, which is when the performance would start, because then everyone will have gone and had to look at the painting, and then once the performance finishes, then everyone can go home. I think would be the general thing.
That's where you want to do it?
Yes.
All right. What are you doing while these two are social butterflying?
Oh, me?
No.
Sorry,
Me.
yes, I was going to say.
Well, you two wait in the room.
Getting rather hungry now.
That was
I don't know who you are.
If we come into contact with each other,
Would you do the same thing?
I would do the same little thing, or I'd message you or something.
You have
Oh,
message, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please try and talk in that voice while messaging her.
Yeah, please do.
Simultaneously. All right. So, what scenario do you see me in?
I imagine just because I would go and check on the art, just obviously because I want to be like.
As you pop your head into the room,
yeah.
the triptych is front and centre, and next to it is a little pedestal on which are like a little beret and a palette with a palette knife and a
God,
brush.
it's so distasteful in my eyes, but yes.
And so as I'm about to sort of gesture at a specific piece of the painting, I sort of angle one finger slightly towards you, horizontally in line. I'm just like, I'm doing a very good job, aren't I?
This is the look you went for? This? Perfect. And turn and walk away. Apart from that, I think I just have to keep doing the same thing of social butterflying. I don't really have anything else that I can do.
Yeah.
Totally fine. No, totally
Anything
fine.
else, yeah.
Sorella is clearly enjoying herself and engaging with other people, and really sort of it's a very the bonhomie is very high in this room. Like, everyone's having quite a good time. It is there is a slightly somber tone because it is of course a commemorative event, but people have not gone all out for like funereal garb. It is very tasteful. Some parts less so.
Yes.
But, generally speaking, most of it is there's quite a sort of lovely, genteel atmosphere that is being fostered by everyone. People are going through to see the art, enjoying it, then stepping back through. Those that have very little interest, stepping back through and just eating the food, drinking and social gadflying about, waiting for the performance that they know is going to happen to start, which is being talked about quite a lot. Of Gervais Ward will perform a piece in her honour. There's quite a lot of stuff like that.
It shall be show-stopping.
There we go. At the same time, some people who are like obviously collectors and people who are very interested in the art are sort of coming back in every now and again and just taking a look at things and trying to get a good sense of what they are and how there's You don't think anyone's going to nick anything, but there might be some offers coming to Sorella over the next couple of weeks. So I'd quite like to buy that one. Is there anything I can do to make that a possibility, that sort of thing? So this is the kind of occasion where that kind of thing would happen. So you do have a couple of people coming around for tours more than once and really sort of taking a look at things quite closely. The Caldwells in particular. Right. Now, because you just decided it's 3 hours until it happens...
Sorry. If anyone wanted to say anything, then would have been the time.
Well, I didn't, did I?
You're crossing off because you started doing it at 5 to be there for 6.
Oh, crap.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 spell slots.
Hang on, well, I get to do one of them for free.
Yep.
Because I have some stuff from Heritage.
Yes.
Dispater. Excellent.
At some point, I might telepathically go to, do you want to just take my room for a little bit?
To take what?
Take my room. No one will be there.
It's alright. I mean, if I disappear, it's going to be weird, isn't it? People seem to keep wanting these tours.
Yes.
By the way, weird question. Is touching any of these frames going to be considered a crime?
Yes, don't touch the frame.
Alright. I was going to cause a bit of artistic discussion by making one of them look shit for a little bit.
Don't do that.
Alright,
That's absolutely
Literally, if you could hear inside your brain like a high, like... That's entirely what you're getting right now.
Like a
but on the surface, just like...
Like a cat alarm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Alright.
Okay.
I won't do that then.
that was...
And as you can see, these two people are standing
What's
in
this
front
in your head?
of a house.
One of them's even got a pitchfork.
Can you believe it?
Okay.
Oh my god.
So, it comes round to about 8:30ish. Sorella does come over and go, well, I think we're getting about to that time.
It is time. It is time.
Lovely.
And I sweep backstage. Or whatever.
Oh god.
There's no backstage.
I know, you know what I mean.
MC. Am I introducing you?
I think
Yes.
I knew that.
that's what we said.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to say for some brevity here that you arrived at 5:30, so I'm going to cast it again for half an hour for no reason. Yeah, exactly. That'd be harsh. So you know you've got another half hour of it while the performance starts, etc.
Yeah.
Sorella moves over to you and goes, you needn't say too much. I do have something to say before the performance starts.
Very well.
As you are moving through the room, giving a tour to... It's the call buzz again. As you are moving through them, you see an armoured figure step into the room and just holding a spear and just...
Fuck. It's gonna guard it. Fuck.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So I got a plan. I got a plan.
Is it just one?
Just one guard.
Shit the bed.
Excellent. Okay.
There's a plan.
Midway.
You don't know.
I'm trying to get the Caldwells to find a specific new quirkle in I don't know why that was the word I used. Uniquity in the corner of one of the paintings that maybe they've not seen. But Caldwells, as we are on our 5th rotation, I think it only right that I reveal some true aficionado secrets. If you've noticed, at the base of this tree.
Go do.
Yeah, look, I was just like, oh god, he's dead. At the base of this tree, you can see the way that this man is leaning on it is not quite what you'd expect. Look at the bindle, just there, by his side. You can see sticking out the top of it, and basically just sort of blag this thing for them to look at.
I'm impressed you got that far, Shia.
That was really good.
Tell us more.
To get them to look at this bindle.
What's a bindle? What's wrong with the bindle?
A bindle is the thing on the back of the stick that
Oh my gosh!
travellers always have, the red and white.
Yeah.
Considering the style of paintings, a Bosch painting would make sense. So.
And to try and get the both of them to sort of, or the cluster of them to focus on that, so that I have a moment to go and talk to this guard.
Sure, go for it.
Bindle. Write down bindle.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Excellent. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Roberto Valgusto. What's your name?
Bill?
Bill. Excellent. Do you have an interest in art?
No, I'm just here to look after it.
Ah, I see. Now, look, I'm aware that people think a lot about paintings and sculptures and all sorts in this world. However, There's one in particular that I'm really quite worried about this evening. I've seen one or two of the guests having their eyes on something in a slightly unusual way, and so if you would kindly for me just maybe go and stand by that for the night. I think that your bosses would think you very clever, and this is all under the guise of casting suggestion on him. I have spells, I'm going to use them.
God damn it.
Someone else do.
Yeah.
That is a 7.
That's a fail.
Yeah. So it's just to go and stand by a painting.
So basically,
8 hours.
I've instructed him to go and guard a different piece in a room far away.
Roberto is suspect number 1.
Thank you. That is very helpful.
God.
Yes, the Raven Shades will be pleased.
I'll see to it. You're rewarded.
Thank you. Turns around and walks out.
And then I go straight back over to the
Nice
what are their
move.
names?
The Caldwells.
The Caldwells. Ah, Caldwell. So what did you think of the Bindle?
Man, fuck the Bindle. Sorolla steps up onto the stage. Well done. And there is the room hushes slightly. You're sort of moving if you imagine there is the room, there's a corridor leading, and then the ballroom. You can move up, and so you can still see and hear this if you want to, and you're in the room and you're about to perform. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, it's only right I say a few words before we begin tonight's performance, and thank you all for coming. It is not easy to survive one's life partner. It is not easy to survive someone who you care about so deeply. But all things must pass, and I'm pleased for the time Jilvira and I had. What we could do together. I'm glad you all enjoyed her collection of curiosities. But Jilvira was always a curiosity. And her curious nature was one of the things I loved about her the most. I hope that tonight gives us a chance to set aside any wrongs or issues and just spend the evening in commemoration of someone who meant a lot to me and some of the people here. Probably perception check? Oh, yeah.
Eight.
Not good.
8.
Yeah.
You can't see Tharaval and Shaden anywhere.
Oh,
Fucking it.
that's not good.
Really not good.
Can I see any? Can I see you? Any of you?
Cohen is by the door as Roberto Van Gusto. Val Gusto?
Val Gusto.
Sorry.
I would telepathically
Right.
be like, I don't know where the brothers are.
They're not brothers.
One brother.
One brother, one sibling.
Sorry, one brother and sibling. I have no idea where Tharaval
Tharaval,
or
Shaden.
are. They're both not here. This is probably the most important moment, and they're both not here.
Right. Well, nobody's gone for any of these stupid tours anymore. I can go and quickly take a look around that room, just pretend that I was taking a look at the art because, I am an aficionado.
Oh, for God's sake. You can't move right now. Everyone would watch you.
Sorry, I might have just got slightly out of context. Are you not? Isn't everyone watching Jilvira?
As in, like,
We haven't
right
started
now?
yet.
As in, like,
Sorolla is.
Sorolla is still talking.
Sorry,
If
yeah.
anyone moves right now, or
It's
like,
gonna
be
it
very
would be
obvious,
so
yeah.
obvious.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the opposite of what.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What's happening in the room? Because I probably wouldn't have eyes in the room.
You can see down the corridor, and the door's open, but no one's gone in or out.
I'll keep my eyes on it, but I've not seen anything. go in or out of there. I mean, do you have any sort of magic tricks you can pull? What is it? You seem to be pretty good at all that stuff.
I have tricks, but not for right now.
Right. Well then.
You need to slip into the room and check everything's still there. Okay, you know how I talked about the frames? Go touch all the frames. I'm very scared that they're not actually there.
Go touch all the frames?
Go touch very gently all the frames. I'm suddenly very scared that they're not actually there.
What, any of the paintings?
Any of the paintings. Go and vaguely try and touch them.
All right.
Just go and see if they're there.
I will go and do that.
And then come back, because then I can't. And then it's just that then I can't talk to you.
And
can you roll me a stealth check to surreptitiously move during this speech where you probably shouldn't be moving?
Yeah.
That's the right page. And let's roll some dice.
Oh,
Yay!
That was a good time to get that.
No one even notices you go.
That makes things so much easier.
And then, yes, I'd sneak into the room containing not the triumvirate, the triptych.
Triptych and everything else, all of the paintings are in one room.
And why not? I touch the corner of one of them.
Yeah, it's there.
It's there. Okay, I
just thought that would be suddenly a very, very nice.
Just a very.
No, that was awesome. That was. I was really expecting it to not be there.
While doing this, I also
in.
just sort of check in the room and just anywhere nearby for like any signs of them.
Okay, hold that thought.
It was going so well. Yeah.
I think it's only right that this evening's commemoration also include a performance from Jilvaya's ward, our ward. Bjorka has been a great part of this family, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do for us in the future. So gestures.
Yeah.
Please.
So he sweeps on, does one of the entire stage, comes back directly in the centre, looks up and hits. It's not a high C, it's not the shattering one, it's the thing of it. It starts very, very high and zooms all the way down through, I can't remember how many octaves it is, but it's probably more than 6. And it's the thing of, like he's ridiculous. That's the whole thing. And
Can you roll me a performance?
Yes. Oh, now. This.
It's not that it's going to be show-stopping, is that what you kept saying?
Yeah,
show-stopping.
This is, oh God. This is such a nothing role, but it's so important.
Did they give you some guidance on the performance?
No, it's not nowhere near that.
I don't know how guidance works. I just touch.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I mean, it's not.
It could be worse.
I mean, yeah,
it's still not good. 14.
You're nervous.
Yeah.
And the nerves affect your voice. And the nerves affecting your voice, it's not the most show-stopping performance that you've ever done, but what it is it's heartfelt.
Yes.
And there is a sense of that this is affecting...
The catch in the back of the throat thing.
This is affecting you, and it is affecting as a thing.
Yes. Oh, if I could do it, like this is completely up to a dice roll or something, but if a single tear could go down the cheek during the particular...
Do you think he would, considering the speech that was given beforehand, feel that way?
Yeah. And not only that, but also the really big thing was she said that I was a very important part of the family, and very, very, like, I would have taken that, however she meant it, completely the best possible way, and like, oh my God, she actually said something positive about me in front of all these people.
And that's how this is affecting you, and that's why it is not your best performance, but it's certainly your most real performance, which says quite a lot about you.
Totally. Totally. Yes, technically it might not be perfect, and I'm going to beat myself up for that, but at the same time, it's beautiful. Cool. Great.
Before the performance starts, you've been waiting for a very long time.
8 hours.
What are your passive perceptions?
Probably not.
Not a good question, is it? It's not a question you ever want to hear. 13.
Not quite double figures.
Wow.
Not quite being.
9.
As you're waiting, you think you hear quickly moving footsteps in the corridor outside.
Can I go?
There's not supposed to really be anyone here.
Put my ear to the door?
You think you hear a bit of movement, you're not sure?
I feel like there's someone outside. I feel like there's someone out there.
Right. I mean, Is it likely to be a servant, do you think? Well, I suppose no one's really meant to be in these.
No, I don't know what servants do.
I don't know either. Never been one nor had one.
I tried going for a job interview. Did not go well.
Right. Should we take a look, do you think?
No, because then they'll see us.
Right.
Shh.
As you start talking like this, you hear the unmistakable sound of Viorica's performance starting.
Shoot.
We've got to go now anyway, haven't we?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna open the door and push it like gently so that it opens a crack, but not be in the crack.
Yeah.
And then wait a few seconds, and then look through the crack.
Be careful.
See if there's anything in the specific direction.
Hey.
Oh, did you just? Oh, thanks.
Roll me a stealth check.
Okay, this is.
Guidance, by the way.
It's happened already.
Oh, what did you get?
What's the total?
What
What's the damn
was it?
total?
What?
11.
Oh, thank God. No, but it's double figures.
Passives.
It's an 11 on stealth.
As you open the door, Krieg, and poke your head out, there is a very audible as the door opens, and
I opened the door first,
Yes.
and then I waited.
I think as you lean against it,
Didn't lean against it. I
No,
looked
no,
at it. Anyway.
DM do.
Sorry, DM.
As you open the door carefully, it
I
doesn't creak.
accidentally
As you then
lean
lean on it,
against it.
you accidentally lean on it, and it creaks slightly. And 3 figures that are heading down the corridor, dressed all in black,
Oh God.
suddenly turn and look back at your door.
Shit.
All 3 are wearing masks
That's the cult.
that look like a red
Is it?
Oh.
That's the cult.
skull.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we're going to end for today.
No!
This has gone badly already. This has gone badly already. Already, right now.
Out of the room.
I was going to do another suspenseful
I don't
skull
want to wait.
scene.
Stupid dice.
I should have waited.
Oh,
It's a really short performance. If we had waited, we wouldn't have got the paintings, but we should have waited.
Thank you everyone for joining us.
That was.
If you enjoyed tonight and would like to know what happens next, we're playing every Monday night from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. GMT for the next, is it 11 weeks? This is the 11th. For the foreseeable future. We also have
Let's do that.
Can't foresee very far.
Anyway.
But yes, we will be on Monday evenings from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. GMT on twitch.tv/adventurouswanted and twitch.tv/DND. So join us in either locale. We also have a live D&D show on the first Tuesday of every month at the Rosebery Branch Theatre in London called Undergods. And we also stream other shows. We are currently having a new show that will be in a couple of weeks, part of our mixtape series, where we're playing a game called Siren. It'll be on the last Wednesday of this month as well. We also have a new Star Trek Adventures stream, which should be up on our YouTube channel. Do check that out as well. And there'll be various other things announced over the next couple of weeks. If you want to find out more about all of those, follow us on Twitter at Adventurers250 or Facebook, Instagram, the rest, we're just Adventurers Wanted. And find out more about everything that we do there. We also have a Patreon. Again, it's patreon.com/adventurouswanted. If you'd like to join us there, becoming a patron gets you access to homebrews from our D&D games, exclusive live streams, chance to vote for what we play on in mixtape shows, and free tickets to each month's Undergods show if you are a Londoner. So that's just an example, but there are other things there if you'd like to join us there and check it out. Big thanks again to Ultra Pro and D&D Beyond, and hopefully someone in the stream will have this lovely bag being sent to them.
Bernie what?
Oh, Bernie Cedric.
Bernie Cedric.
Bernie Cedric, and it will generally be the Bernie Cedric will be coming your way if you get involved in the Twitch chat. I think now, if you've got just a little bit of time left, so join in their competition rules are all online, and also D&D Beyond, who sponsor us and are excellent and wonderful to have everyone there. Thank you again for joining us, and let's see you next Monday. Bye-bye, everyone.